We're broadcasting live for the final time in the regular season from Harrison Gymnasium in Altamont, Kansas. I'm Jack Leake. Alongside me tonight is Isabel Redford. Isabel, it feels good to be back. I was gone from the last game, but it's good to be back with you.
Yeah, it's good to have you back. I know a lot of people missed you last game, so I'm excited to have you back as well. We definitely missed you.
As we have a good doubleheader in store for you, is the hosting Labette County Grizzlies are set to take on the visiting Bulldogs from Independence. And Isabel, I remember those two games in Independence just over a month ago, or not quite, back in Independence where these Grizzlies went in there and they split the doubleheader. The girls lost and the boys won, and those were two of the best league games we've seen all year, and we might see a duplicate of that tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely something that we were not expecting to have happen. It was great games in both scenarios, definitely down to the wire. That's also, I think, where we kind of saw our boys kind of start to battle and really kind of put up some numbers. So that was definitely kind of a turning point for them. And again, the Lady Grizzlies suffering an unexpected loss as they won handily in the Burlington tournament against these Lady Bulldogs. But it was definitely something that I think pushed them to kind of work on some miscues and different things that they had been struggling with. So hopefully we are in for another good matchup here tonight.
As these Lady Grizzlies come into this contest at 15-4 on the season and 9-2 inside the SEK, which hopefully here in about an hour and a half, a 9-2 record in the SEK is good enough to tie for the win, which we'll get into that in a moment. But these Labette County Grizzlies are coming off of a game on Tuesday night where they went to Coffeyville and knocked off the Golden Tornadoes 68-34, so a good thumping from these Grizzlies. Isabel, walk us through what we saw in that game.
Well, the very first points of the game was a 3-point scored by Madison Brannon, which put her at the 1,000-point mark, which is a huge accomplishment for Madison. It was so exciting. I think it was a set play designed by Snyder. They tipped the ball, went straight to her, and she scored right off of that, and the bench went wild with holding up 1,000 points on the side, so that was definitely an exciting thing to watch. And other than that, though, it kind of started out slow. I mean, they were up only by one for a while there, especially in the first quarter, and Snyder was not happy with them as they kind of really struggled to get started. But they got those things fixed quickly, and they were able to really rally back and, again, get a handily win off of them on Tuesday. So they played very well for the majority of that game. The boys, it was kind of a little bit closer. They stretched it to 7 several times, and they kind of kept that, and then Coffeyville cut it to within 1, and so it got a little tense for a while, but they battled well and were able to pull out a win. And so, again, just some simple things. They were just kind of struggling getting started and scoring, but they ended up, playing they had really good defense, a lot of good drives, and so definitely something that was a positive for them coming into that. So I hope that they bring that into this game tonight as well.
As you mentioned, Madison Branning hitting the 1,000-point career mark. That's exceptional, especially on a team that's so deep. She's obviously the leader and obviously the leading scorer of this team, but there's a lot of girls on this team that can score. So for her to find a way to score 1,000 career points is amazing, and I'm sure she would credit her teammates for a lot of that. But in the last month or so, I remember the Adair game and even a couple games before the game at Adair, Madison Brannon has been putting up 25, 30-point games like it's nothing. And I heard on Tuesday she had a pretty good game as well up there in the 20s.
Yeah, I think she had 23 or 24 points. I may be incorrect on that, but I think that's what I saw. But yeah, you're right. It's such a deep team and a team that you have 8 or 9 scorers on a night, depending on how it goes. She's very selfless with the ball and has a lot of humility, and we'll get her up here for an interview later, as well as the other seniors tonight, as it is senior night. But it is something that is really cool, and it's been awesome to watch her because she is, if she's open, she'll shoot the ball. Her team wants her to do that, but she's also not afraid to kick it to somebody who's more open, so definitely a lot of credit to her for that.
Independence, the Lady Bulldogs come into this one at 11-7 and 7-4 in the SEK. The Lady Bulldogs have had a really good season, especially in a season where in a lot of games they've really struggled to score the basketball. And in the first time we played the Lady Bulldogs in Burlington, you touched on, Isabel, they struggled to score and Labette County put a thumping on them. But when the Lady Grizzlies went to Independence to take them on, they didn't struggle scoring the basketball, and Labette County did, and they ended up losing that game, I think, by a point. And so that was a heartbreaker the last time we played them.
Yeah, it was definitely something I definitely left a bad taste in their mouth. I don't think they want that to happen again tonight. But it was just a case of where I don't think they expected Independence to be as well of a scoring team as they were, and Independence came out hot and their baskets fell, and that was kind of something I mentioned in pregame, is if they hadn't focused on that, that was something that was going to catch them. So hopefully their defense locks down tonight and we see a different outcome.
as Labette County obviously wants to win this game, but I think they have their sights set, if not their minds, set on something bigger than just winning this game. And we'll touch on what that is here in 60 seconds on KLKC Parsons. As we're back here in Harrison, as the teams make their way from the warm-ups over to their sidelines, they'll get in a last word with their coaches, and we'll have starting lineups momentarily. But before that, I kind of left you with a cliffhanger before the break in terms of these Lady Grizzlies wanting something bigger than just this game, and that is an SEK title, where there may be a game taking place about 10 minutes north of where we are at right now that could end up being a bigger game than this one should Labette County handle business as they should, and that is the Lady Vikings of Parsons taking on the Fort Scott Lady Tigers, as the Fort Scott Lady Tigers hold a one-game lead, Isabel, over Labette County, as they sit in lone first place in the SEK right now. The Lady Tigers of Fort Scott are 10-1 in the league. I mentioned these Lady Grizzlies are 9-2, so if Labette County can win this game and the Lady Vikes pull off the win at home in Parsons against Fort Scott, it would be the Lady Tigers and these Labette County Lady Grizzlies tying for a share of the SEK title, and that's something that I know that they have strived for all season, and this group of seniors is no stranger to winning the SEK, and hopefully this year's no exception, but we'll see how the game in Parsons goes. Yeah, it's definitely something I think they're focusing on, and while they can't control the game outcome in Parsons, they can control the outcome of this game, so hopefully we see that tonight. As we'll focus on this game, and we will definitely keep you updated on the score of that Fort Scott Parsons game, as that's a big one, as starting for Independence is number 4, a 5'5" junior, Riley Richenberger. Number 12, a 5'8" junior, Abbey Vealey. Abbey Vealey is somebody, Isabel, who these Lady Grizzlies have really struggled to defend. Abbey Vealey has been, even in that game in Burlington where they didn't score many points, Abbey Vealey scored like 75% of those points, so they need to find a way to stop Abbey Vealey. Third starter for Independence is number 15, a 5'6" senior, Haley Stover. Number 21, a 5'8" senior, Mercy Smith. And number 24, a 5'4" sophomore, Camden Etchison. So those are your Lady Bulldog starters. And starting for the Labette County Lady Grizzlies, it's going to look a little bit different tonight. The different starter is Ashante Smith, as she's a senior. It's senior night here in Harrison, as Isabel mentioned a moment ago. So seniors are going to be starting for the Lady Grizzlies. As I mentioned, all seniors, Ashante Smith, Jasmine Perez, Carson Stewart, Anna Dean, and Madison Brannon. As Isabel, you mentioned it before we took right after we took our first break, this place is as full as we have seen it before the girls' game. Usually it's kind of sparse, and then as the girls' game goes on about halftime, it gets kind of full. But this being Coach Snyder's last regular season home game, senior night, a big win. If you can get that upset in Parsons to win the SEK, a lot of good things could take place in Harrison, and it is packed in here. Yeah, it is definitely wall-to-wall already, and I imagine it will only continue to be filled as we get closer to the boys' game. And you're right, it is senior night. I mean, it's super exciting in here right now. And as we look across here, there's a banner that says, "We are your legacy," with all of Coach Snyder's past players. So it's a really good environment in here right now. So I think it's going to be a really good night for some great basketball. As I mentioned that it was Coach Snyder's last regular season home game, and Isabel mentioned some former players of Coach Snyder being in the house tonight, adding to the packed feeling here in Harrison. We will have a tribute to Coach Snyder at halftime of this game, so stay tuned for a Coach Snyder tribute of her incredible career here at Labette County, where she has coached 35 years, and we'll give you some more statistics of her outstanding coaching career here in Altamont at halftime of the girls' game. But for now, starters are on the floor. Anna Dean jumping against Vealey. Pumpkin is in the air and won by Dean. Labette County controls the opening possession of the game. Here's Dean with it on the left wing, defended heavily by Smith. She takes her baseline but is cut off. Now Stewart far side. Ball rotated around the three-point line. Here's Perez with it near the Independence bench. Now Dean top of the key. Whips it inside to Smith. Nothing there. Brandon, kick out, three-pointer. Too strong. Long rebound in the hands of Stover. Stover wasting no time, already crossing half court, getting in the paint and kicking it to the corner. Here goes Etchison. Etchison spinning around Stewart. Puts up a baseline floater. In and out, no. Rebound Stewart. Here's Brandon. Labette County with their second possession of the game. Stewart right wing, flipping it around the circle. Now Perez. Brandon now deep left corner, inside to Dean with position. Faking left, going right, layup, no. Rebound Etchison. Couple good looks for Labette County, just coming up shy. Still 0-0, 60 seconds in. Here's a three-pointer, rolling around the rim and falling out from Richenberger. Rebound Brandon, who is harassed and fouled. On the rebound is Haley Stover. Brandon on the rebound. Stover with the foul. First foul of the game, obviously first on Stover. Independence picking up Labette County in a press, and it works, intercepted. Here's a pass from Stewart, intercepted by Etchison, and Independence with another opportunity. Labette County with the first turnover of the game. Ball's on the far right side near the Labette County student section that is packed. Now Richenberger dribbles at the volleyball line, defended by Smith. Smith kind of plays that four spot, out defending the point guard Richenberger. Here's the baseline drive, good defense from Dean. Independence is forced to kick it out. Here's Vealey now. Vealey has given Labette County troubles in terms of scoring. They've had problems defending the Independent senior. Here's a steal, though, from Dean, and what an outlet pass up ahead to Ashante. Ashante's layup's good! What a pass from Anna Dean up ahead to Smith. Dean got the steal and laid a breadbasket pass right in the arms of Ashante Smith in transition. 2-0 Labette County, 2 minutes in. Here's Richenberger, now Etchison. Ball touching all players on this possession for Independence. It's in Stover's hands. Good spin move, and it's blocked by Dean from behind. Out of bounds, it stays with Independence, but a great spin from Stover was recovered extremely well by the senior Anna Dean and batted out of bounds.
Yeah, definitely good work by Anna to recover there. She had lost her man there for a second, but was managed to get the block.
Smith is going to be the inbounder, and a 5-second violation. Dean was defending her on the baseline, and Dean, along with her fellow teammates underneath the basket, did a great job of defending the Bulldogs and caused the 5-second violation. Here's Brandon with it, settling left wing, harassed, and a foul. Wow, that's a touchy foul off the bat on Etchison, as Etchison is all up in Brandon's grill, not letting her have any breathing room. That's the first on Etchison and second team for Independence. 5:40 on the clock, first quarter. Perez whips it into Stewart at the foot of the Grizzly Paul at midcourt. Now Brandon, right wing, in front of Coach Bryson Bird of Independence, pulls up for three, and it finds the bottom of the net. 5-0 Labette County. Madison Brandon with her first three-pointer of the game, and my money says it won't be the last either, Isabel.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that. That was a great-looking shot from Madison Brandon, so we will probably most likely see more action of that.
Independence held to a goose egg almost 3 minutes into the game, looking to put some points on the board. Richenberger with it right side. She had a three go in and out and wanted to shoot that one there, but rotates. Here's Etchison head faking, driving, good help from Perez, but open backside is Etchison for three, you bet you. Or no, that's Richenberger. Riley Richenberger with the three-pointer, first basket of the game for Independence, 5-3. Labette County, 4:45 on the clock, first quarter. Here's Brandon. The Independence press is giving Labette County some troubles as Brandon dribbled off of her foot, and the jump ball created by Richenberger is going possession Independence.
And this is something we saw a lot of last game as well, is both teams are very defensive, and so we're seeing a lot of that right now.
Alexandra Jones checks in for the Bulldogs. First substitution from Coach Bird's side of things. Jones replaces Mercy Smith, and here's Independence with the ball with a 2-point deficit. Here's Etchison coming off the Richenberger screen. Richenberger and Etchison, two good guards for this Independence team on both ends of the floor. They've already had an impact. 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Here's Stover working on Brandon, forced to kick it out, looking for the second three of the game. No good. It was shot by Vealey. Here's a skip pass up ahead to Perez in transition for Labette County. Labette County, this possession coming off of their second turnover of the game, and Dean is fouled underneath by the newly checked in Alexandra Jones. That's 3 team fouls on Independence and the first on Jones. As that's something Anna's gotten a lot better with through the season, is getting in a good position before she catches the pass.
Yeah, that's definitely something she's greatly improved on, and hustling even, in this case drawing the foul, but fighting for those positions.
Brandon squaring up for her second three of the game off the right iron, and the rebound is saved out of bounds from Etchison. She saves it in the hands of Richenberger. Richenberger, jump stop, right elbow, reverses to Vealey. Had it poked by Stewart, but it stays in possession of Independence. Vealey, deep right wing. Right elbow now, Brandon on Stover with the ball. Stover harassed, no fouls called. Ashante gets the steal. Here comes Labette in transition. Jasmine Perez has it stolen from behind. Independence says, give it to me right back. And they get it. And Ashante Smith picks up a foul about 80 feet from the basket. As that was a scrappy sequence of events, and it ends in an Ashante Smith foul. That's her first and team first, as Shelby Wilson, the usual starter for Labette, checks in for Ashante Smith. Here's Independence with the ball, scores Labette County 5, Independence 3. 3:25 on the clock, first quarter. Here's Richenberger, pull up from 12. Too strong, rebound Dean. She's skied for that one, finds an outlet, Brandon far side. Brandon throws it to Perez, too high, she saves it behind the back, but in the hands of an awaiting Bulldog, ball's still loose on the deck, and here's Jones with it. Jones up ahead, Vealey, guarded by Stewart, pull up, layup, yes. 5-5 is the score. Abbey Vealey with her first points of the game, and another Independence steal, Isabel, but Perez gets it right back, and Dean all the way up ahead finds Stewart, who lays it in for two.
Yeah, and Labette County needed that answer as momentum was kind of swinging the Bulldogs' direction.
There were two steals in about 5 seconds there on that possession. Labette County had it stolen away, and Perez got it right back about 3 seconds later, and Dean finds Stewart wide open in transition. 7-5 Labette. Here's Stover off the glass. No. Rebound. Dean. 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Fast-paced game here in Altamont. Here's Perez in front of the Indy bench. Now Wilson top of the key. Brandon with it. Fade away. No foul called. She was hacked across the arm, but I think the ref on the far side was blocked by the Bulldog defender. So here comes Independence with it, looking to tie or take the lead. Here's Stover flipping it out to Richenberger now. Now here's Jones, pull up from the free throw line, no good. Foul going the other way, and that's going to be on Jones. That's her second personal and fourth team on Independence. So the foul count slowly increasing for Independence, or should I say rapidly, as we have a timeout, Labette County. It's 30 seconds. They lead by 2 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. We'll take 30 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
Labette Grizzly basketball is brought to you by Bartlett Co-op with 8 convenient locations in southeast Kansas and northern Oklahoma. Contact Bartlett Co-op for all your farming needs in Bartlett, Edna, Oswego, Mound Valley, Chitopa, Coffeyville, and Big Cabin.
Lady Grizzlies leading the Lady Bulldogs 7-5 here on their home floor inside a packed Harrison Gymnasium. Isabel, it's sardines in here.
Yeah, I just texted my parents to see if they were here yet, because they like to sit on this side behind us, and I was like, I don't think you're getting a seat now.
Audrey Dewey just checked in out of the timeout for Coach Snyder, and we have a foul on the floor before Labette could get a shot up. We'll see who the foul is on. They're going to get Abbey Vealey, her first personal and 5th team on Independence. Wilson, the inbounder, throws it to the safety outlet, Carson Stewart. Right back to Wilson. Square up 3. You betcha! Shelby Wilson with a 3-pointer, 10-5. Labette County doubling up Independence with 1:40 left first quarter. 4 different scores for Labette County and 2 3-pointers. 90 seconds to go first quarter. Here's Vealey. She's been held scoreless. Independence has struggled to score the ball, just 5 points. Here's a 3-pointer, though, off the left side. Rebound, tracked down in the corner by Smith. What an effort by Smith. And we have a foul on Labette County off of the flip to Vealey, as we have a score update on the Vikings and Fort Scott game. It is Lady Vikes 16, Lady Tigers 14 with 2.5 to go in the second quarter. So if the Lady Vikes can win that game and Labette County take care of business, they share an SEK title with Fort Scott. Anna Dean checks out of the game, as well as Carson Stewart. Checking in is Ridley Lynn. Carson was already out for Dewey. Inbounds goes to Vealey, defended by Perez. Vealey pulls up, has it blocked by Perez. Rebound Lynn. Here comes Labette. They're on a 5-0 run. Here's Dewey settling in front of Coach Bird, right wing. Ball flipped around the circle, now in the hands of Perez. Bulldog defender hit the deck and left Lynn wide open, but Perez didn't see her. They continue to rotate it as we have passed the 60-second mark. Here's Brandon deep at the top of the key, and Dewey comes to get it as the set play comes in from the Labette County sideline. Here's Brandon, hits a cutting Lynn, right back out to Wilson. Now to Brandon, pull up from the free throw line, she's fouled. And that's something that Madison Brandon does so well, is she knows how much attention she draws, and she's figured out how to draw fouls through that attention, if you will.
Yeah, that was definitely something we didn't see as much at the beginning of the season, but something that we have seen, especially in these last few games, very consistently, is Madison, despite whether or not she makes the shot, she's really good at creating those foul opportunities. And as we've just seen, and she's really good at free throws. I think, I can't remember exactly what game it was, but she went 11 for 11.
At Adair.
Yeah, and that's extremely impressive from the senior.
As she makes the first free throw, that is Independence's 6th team foul, as Brandon cashes the second. We're not even to the second quarter, and Labette County's a foul away from being in the bonus. That foul was on Camden Etchison, her second. So checking in for Independence is Mania McPherson for Etchison. Here's a pass inside, somehow in the hands of a Bulldog. That's Smith, as that pass was threading the needle from Richenberger to Smith. And we have a foul on Labette County. That's on Ridley Lynn, her first personal, just the 3rd team for Labette. Smith is going to inbound, try to get it over the top of Lynn. Wide open, far side Stover, 3-pointer high off the corner of the backboard. Rebound out of bounds, as it was Vealey fighting for the board, couldn't handle it. Labette County ball up 12-5. Wilson, she'll run point. Now to Dewey, far side. 17 seconds to work. Wilson at the logo. Perez right wing, 15 seconds. Perez throws it right back to Shelby, 10 seconds. Lynn sets the screen, 8 seconds. Wilson, dump inside to Lynn. What a beautiful pass, and it's blocked. Lynn gets the miss. She has 3 seconds to work. Wilson at the buzzer, 3-pointer, too short. Oh, man, the house would have came down if that would have fell. The buzzer sounds here in Harrison at the end of the first quarter. Lady Grizzlies lead 12-5 over the Lady Bulldogs of Independence. We'll take a 60-second timeout on KLKC Parsons.
Hi, this is Brian at Bowen Pharmacy, and we are so excited to have this new compounding lab that we have created and designed to help you choose the different kind of medications that you might need. In here, we do compounding, custom medications for you. We could do bioidentical hormones, so that's testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. We could do DHEA. We could do any of those medications to help you level out those hormones to help you stay healthy and better. We could do troches. We could do capsules. We can even do rapidly dissolved tablets, all right here at Bowen Pharmacy in Parsons, Kansas. We even have great diaper rash cream that will help your baby heal and be better and safer in the long run. Once again, we're always thankful that you choose Bowen Pharmacy to be your local provider and to make you better and to help you stay healthier and live longer. Thank you and enjoy the day.
At the end of the first quarter, Labette County leads 12-5. Here's Carson Stewart with the ball to kick things off in quarter number 2. Here's Dean with it in the right corner. Pass on the deck. Perez fighting for it, as well as McPherson for Independence. Jump ball possession, Independence. As we have a score update at halftime, Lady Tigers lead the Lady Vikes 17-16 at half in Parsons. So a big game in terms of who wins the SEK going on up north. Here's Vealey, Independence first possession of the second quarter. Here's Smith, double teamed in the corner, finds Richenberger. Richenberger cut off by Perez. Here's Smith again, trying to back down Jasmine. Stover with it. Ball whipped around the three-point line. Labette County in a 2-3 zone. Richenberger dribbling at the volleyball line, flips it left to McPherson, still beyond the three-point arc. Smith right back, Richenberger. Deep three-pointer from Riley, no. Rebound Wilson, good box underneath from Shelby. Here comes Labette County, their second try at it in the second quarter. Ashante Smith has checked back into the game for Labette. She finds it underneath with good position and with a good finish from Ashante Smith. Ashante's got 4 points on the game. Tied for leading scorer along with Madison Brandon with 5. Or wait, no, 5 isn't the same as 4. Madison Brandon's the leading scorer. Ashante's second with 4. Here's the out-of-control drive, no. From Independence, rebound Labette. They have a chance to hit Independence in the mouth here. Here's Dean in the corner. 14-5, Labette on top. 6:37 to go, first half. Wilson left wing. Inside to Smith, out of bounds. Ashante was open. Dean just couldn't quite hit her. As Brandon comes back in for Labette, she'll replace, we'll see, Anna Dean. Here's Independence with the ball. Richenberger up to Vealey across half court. Independence struggled with the Labette County pressure early, but not recently. Here's a three-pointer, good from Riley Richenberger. She has 6 of the Independence 8 points. All of her points have come from beyond the arc. 14-8 is the score. 6:07 to go in the second quarter. Here's Perez with it, defended by Richenberger. Now Stewart has it, defended by McPherson. Stewart gets by McPherson. Floater with the left, off the glass, good for Carson Stewart.
Yeah, Carson's definitely somebody that we have seen, especially in the game versus Pittsburgh. She had some 2 big steals that let them keep in the game and ended up winning that one. And so she's definitely a senior that we have seen really grow tremendously this season.
Another Grizzly with 4 points as we have a pass tipped and stolen. Perez tipped Stover's pass and Brandon grabbed it. So here comes Labette County up by 8, 5:30 to go first half. Wilson picks up her dribble deep right wing. Vealey comes to contest. Stewart has it now, Brandon, and she's fouled and will shoot 2 more. Brandon's perfect from the line tonight at 2 for 2, looking to make it 4 for 4.
Foul is on number 21 for Independence, Mercy Smith. At the line shooting 2 will be Madison Brandon.
Brandon's first is too strong. Checking in for Labette County is Addison Rexwinkle for the first time tonight, and Anna Dean coming back. Those two replace Carson Stewart and Ashante Smith. And Camden Etchison replaces Manai McPherson. Etchison will be playing with 2 personal fouls. Brandon knocks down the second free throw. Brandon with 6 points and a 3-pointer. She leads the way in scoring. Labette County leads 17-8. Here's Etchison back to Vealey, looking for her first points of the game from beyond the arc. Too strong, rebound Dean. Dean has 5 rebounds in tonight's game. Really aggressive on the glass is the senior. Speaking of which, Dean throws it into Brandon. Brandon hits the deck, tries to throw it away, and it is thrown away in the hands of Stover. Here comes Independence. Stover getting Dean in the air and traveling. Turnover, Independence. Stover has played well for Independence here early. Labette County leads by 9, 4:50 to go first half. Here comes Rexwinkle, manning the ship on this possession. Harassed by Etchison, finds Wilson. Wilson calls the play. Here's Perez on the far side in front of the sparse Independent student section. Here's a floater from Perez, no good. Rebound Wilson, goes right back up with it. Almost got the layup to go. Rebound Perez, she'll try. She misses, and her second attempt is good, plus the foul 3 offensive rebounds for Labette County right underneath the basket, and it ends in a Perez and 1.
Yeah, that was a good effort there by Jasmine Perez. I mean, she missed the initial layup, but then was willing to stay down there and get the putback eventually for the score.
Perez misses the and 1 opportunity. That's Perez's first points of the game. She's the 5th Lady Grizzly to score. Labette County leads by 11, nearing the halfway point, second quarter. Here goes Etchison trying to get downhill on Rexwinkle. Nearly traveled, but finds Vealey. Vealey, good head fake and drive. Blocked by Dean right at the top of the shot. And Dean finds Brannon in the outlet pass. Layup, yes! Anna Dean is playing quarterback out here on the hardwood. What a pass from Dean to Brannon. Dean is scoreless in this one, but she has done everything you could ask. Labette County leads by 13. Timeout, Independence. We're going to take 30 seconds on.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
(21-8) is the score. Lady Grizzlies on top, and Anna Dean with 2 touchdown passes. Isabel, explain to us what she's done.
She's got 2 amazing full length of the court passes to get easy buckets to kind of cherry pick over the Independence defense. So while you mentioned she is scoreless tonight, she has really facilitated her team tonight. So that's been a great to watch from her.
As we have a foul, Independence missed a 3-pointer, and Brannon was fouled on the rebound. So Brannon has 8 points and is going to shoot 2 free throws down here. As back to Anna's passes, both of them have been off of, if I'm not mistaken, blocks. So right when Anna gets a block and the rebound, she just turns and hurls, and it has paid off tremendously for her. Brandon's first free throw of the 1-and-1 is no good. Perez, what a save! The ball was for sure going to go out, but Perez saved it. Perez for 3, no good. I'm so used to saying Brandon for 3, it's just insinged in my brain. That was one of the better saves I've seen from Jasmine, and I've seen some good ones from her. Here's the pass out of bounds from Independence, another turnover for the Bulldogs. Because, man, if Perez would have made that shot, that would have been the best save and finish I have ever seen. 3:05 to go first half. A pass tipped out of bounds. Good hands from Etchison. It stays with Labette, though. Independence has 9 team fouls, Isabel. Labette County just with 3. And it's not one-sided officiating. It's Independence being out of position and Labette County knowing how to draw the fouls. That's what it is. As it's mainly been Brannon on the interior and around that 12-foot jumper line, around the free throw line, drawing the fouls. Here's Brannon, pass tipped, but in the hands of Dean in the right short corner. Bounce pass off of the foot of Vealey. It stays with Labette.
Yeah, and I think also part of it, is Independence just can't really get anything going on the offensive end right now, and I think they're kind of getting sloppy and, not really playing as tight a defense and moving their feet, so they're getting a lot of calls in that way as well.
Here's Carson Stewart off the beautiful inbounds play, laying it in for 2. Assist, you guessed it, Anna Dean. She leads the team in assists tonight with 3. 23-8, Labette County leads. And here's a blocking foul on Shelby Wilson. Carson Stewart, Isabel, has 6 points. As that's the team's 4th and the first personal on Shelby. 2:30 to go in the first half. Here is Riley Richenberger at the volleyball line. Labette County still in a 2-3 zone. When you've held a team to 8 points in almost one half, why would you want to leave what you've been in? And they stick in it here, a 2-3 zone. Independence just playing catch beyond the arc. Here's the 3, hurled, and no good from Mercy Smith. Independence, there's the lid on the basket right now. Just 8 points over a quarter and a half in. Dean. Pass poked away, stolen. Rare pass from Dean turned over. Credit Alexandra Jones. Jones with it. Flips it left side. Here's Richenberger. She has 6 of the Independence 8. All 3-pointers. Here's Etchison crossing right to left. Now spinning left to right off the glass. Pretty move, but the shot was no good. With a minute 40 on the clock, here's Perez and Labette County with another crack at it. 90 seconds now. Wilson left open. She'll shoot it, and it's too short. Good box out from Vealey as that rebound nearly got all the way to the out-of-bounds line in the corner, and Vealey was in good position. Speaking of good position, Vealey's layup, no, and a strip and a steal by Perez off of the leg of Vealey. Turnover, Independence. Jasmine Perez with spectacular transition defense. She was not in position to make a play at all and reached in and stripped it and caused it to bounce off of the leg of Vealey. Out of bounds, turnover, Independence. Grizzlies on the court. There were a few subs. Shelby Wilson, Carson Stewart, Ashante Smith, Nevaeh Jones for the first time, the sophomore, and Madison Brannon. Here's Wilson right wing with 65 seconds left first half. 23-8 Labette County on top. Here's Ashante Smith right corner looking for Brannon inside, defended by Jones. Ashante takes it, turns and gives to Brannon. Quick trigger 3 off the left. Thought about it. Rebound Ashante Smith, no good. But the putback is good from Wilson on the backside. And that is where these Lady Grizzlies thrive, is getting their own misses and putting it back in.
Yeah, we definitely see a lot of that action tonight, and it's a good effort to see by all of the Grizzlies, not just 1 or 2. We're seeing that from everybody right now.
Here's an air ball from Richenberger. 30 seconds left, Labette County up 17, and with the rock. Here's Ashante Smith, now far side, Wilson. Labette County's moving left to right on the court. Independence right to left. 22 seconds left now. Now Nevaeh Jones, the sophomore, with it, facilitating, throws it to the left side. Stewart loses it on the deck. Ball's on the deck, and Ashante Smith was out of bounds. That's probably the one bad turnover from these Grizzlies in the first half. Just one of those where you really shoot yourselves in the foot when you have a chance to really hit the visitors in the mouth going into the halftime break, but now you give them a chance to cut into the 17-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely do give them a chance to build a little momentum, but you're right, they have played a really clean first half with very minimal turnovers.
And speaking of turnovers, Independence throws it out of bounds as Coach Bird tries to pick the heads up of his players. As Independence, it's just been nada for them so far. They just have 8 points. Labette County has 25. 5 seconds on the clock. Brandon set to inbound. Far side, they have to go the full length. They give it into Ashante. She double dribbles. She was going to pass it up to Wilson but hesitated. So 2 turnovers in the last 2 possessions of the first half for these Lady Grizzlies. But it looks like they're still going to hold a pretty good lead over the Bulldogs. Independence is going to have just over 2 seconds to work, inbounding it at half court. Richenberger's going to be the inbounder, defended by Wilson. Wilson, one of the many seniors we will hear from on this team at the end of this game. We're going to interview all the seniors. Richenberger inbounds to Vealey. She has to get a shot up, and it's blocked by Brannon. So Labette County held Independence to 8 points in 1 half of play here in Harrison. At halftime, Labette County 25, Independence 8. We're going to start with a 2-minute timeout and come back with first half stats and breakdown, as well as a Coach Snyder tribute here on KLKC Parsons. Independence Lady Bulldogs. First half stats for you. Leading scorer for Labette County is Madison Brandon with 8 points, Carson Stewart with 6, Shelby Wilson with 5, and Ashante Smith with 4, and Jasmine Perez coming up the rear with 2. Leading scorer for Independence, they just had 8 points in the first half. Riley Richenberger with 6, and Abbey Vealey with a deuce. As Isabel, really in that first half, it was the Independence that we saw in Burlington.
Yeah, essentially that's where we're sitting at right now, and I didn't know which way it would go, if it would be a duplicate game of that or more like when we went and played them at their place. And so it was definitely something that I just think Independence, I've seen a lot of rush shots from them, but I've also seen a lot more of a composed, even more composed Grizzly team than we did see there in Burlington.
As we do have a score update from the game in Parsons, the Lady Vikes of Parsons lead the Lady Tigers of Fort Scott 24-18 around the midway point in the third quarter. So if the Lady Vikes hold on to win that and Labette County closes this game out, they'll be co-champions in the SEK with Fort Scott. So we'll see what the conclusion of this game and the one in Parsons is like, and we'll keep you updated on that score as well. And now we'd like to take a moment and just recognize a head coach that schools across the state are aware of, that being head coach Christy Snyder for these Lady Grizzlies, as she has had just an outstanding career here in Labette County, as she has coached here at Labette County High School. This is her 35th year. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's very impressive for a coach.
And the numbers are just more outstanding. Coach Snyder has 451 career wins, looking to make it 452 after tonight. 14 sub-state championships, which sub-state's next week, just a reminder. She has 14 sub-state championships, 15 SEK League championships. Hopefully that's 16 by the end of the night. We'll see what happens. She was 4A state runner-up in 2001 and 2005 and got third at the state tournament in 2006, and again has been here 35 years. So just a tremendous career for Coach Snyder. As a few other things, Coach Snyder has been awarded SEK Coach of the Year many times, and here on we were given the sheet of paper they're going to read off for her at the end of the game, so we'll just go ahead and take this time to read it to you, so you all on the live stream have an opportunity to hear what is going to be said about Coach Snyder here in Harrison. Since 1997, Coach Snyder and her basketball teams have won 14 sub-state championships and 15 SEK League titles. In 2001 and 2005, she won a state second-place runner-up trophy, and in 2006, her teams finished third in state. Coach has been awarded SEK Coach of the Year many times, and her teams are regulars at the state floor in Salina. Today is a day of celebration of Coach Snyder's outstanding legacy of wins, but most importantly, a celebration of her legacy of relationships with her players. As evidenced by the large gathering of her former players who are in support of her, as they are here tonight sitting across from us, a bunch of former players for Coach Snyder showing support. Coach has watched at least 18 players go on to play college basketball, and a few have even become coaches themselves. One of those being Brianna Vollmer, her assistant coach. Most importantly, though, she has developed hundreds of women that have had successful careers and are wonderful mothers, wives, and partners who learned how to be tough because she is, and that is the expectation. Coach Snyder's leadership, tenacity, and toughness help her athletes to find their own inner strength, a strength they often didn't know they had. Her philosophy, tough times never last, but tough people do. Congratulations, Coach, on this milestone. What an amazing journey it's been being a member of your staff and your friend for all these years. Thank you for dedicating your life to your teams and sacrificing time with your own family to spend with your players. We all love you, Coach. So that's a cool tribute that was written up about Coach Snyder. And the part that stands out to me about Coach Snyder is whenever it said, Coach Snyder's leadership, tenacity, and toughness help her athletes to find their own inner strength, a strength they often didn't know they had. And the reason why I say that stands out to me is because, for those of you who don't know, in the summertime, I mow for Coach Snyder in their lawn business, Snyder Lawn Care, and we have to mow cemeteries. And I never thought in a million years I will never mow a cemetery. I will never do it. Well, I mow them about once or twice every 2 weeks in the summertime, so she's helped me find a toughness I didn't know I had about 4:30 a.m. when I'm weed eating a cemetery. So thank you, Coach Snyder, for that lesson. Isabel, what are a couple stories you have on Coach Snyder? I know you played here a couple years.
Yeah, I was going to say that one of the things they talked about was toughness and resiliency, and that's definitely something, every single day. That was something that I hated, was those early 6 a.m. practices. I had to drive 30 minutes, so that was terrible. But one thing is, by the time that I got there, and she was always ready to go. She was like, let's go. And so she taught us how to be tough. And even now, when I face tough situations in life, or when I face things, a lot of times I'll remember stuff that she said in practice or during games of like, you know what, it's going to be tough, but you'll get through this. And so she definitely has helped me more than she probably realizes, and everybody, again, sitting across in the stadium here from us. And so she's definitely somebody that will be remembered here for a very long time, and definitely will have a lasting legacy in this community.
As Coach Snyder does like to have morning practices, she wakes up at 3:50 a.m. every day, exercises in their basement, and runs, rain, sleet, or snow, every day starting at 3:50 a.m.
Yeah.
That is
And I think that's a great example, though, because you follow people that practice what they preach, and Snyder is the prime example of that.
I'm getting ready for my third round of sleep about 3:50 a.m. As we're just over 60 seconds away from the beginning of the second half, Labette County again leads 25-8 over Independence. Again, big shout out to Coach Snyder. This is her last regular season game for those of you who are unaware of the situation. So big shout out to Coach Snyder's outstanding career here at Labette County High School. We're going to take a 30-second timeout and come back with second half action here on KLKC Pars.
Everybody is different. Some get injured, while others simply wear down. Whether it's on the court, on the field, or at the gym, Labette Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team has the training and skill to repair, restore, and renew. We share the same goal, and together we'll write your comeback story. For more information about Southeast Kansas' leading orthopedic and sports medicine team, go to labettehealth.com.
Labette County with the ball to kick things off here in the second half, and that's not the way you want to do it. Immediately a turnover, Labette County. Wilson couldn't handle the wing pass from Perez on the left side. So 6 seconds in and one turnover for the Lady Grizzlies. So here comes Independence. They're in a 17-point hole right now, looking to try to claw their way out of it. They have plenty of time to do so, and definitely the ability, which we saw in Independence back in early February. Here's Vealey. Awkward floater, no, but an offensive rebound from Stover. Here comes Etchison. Floater, no good. Rebound, Stewart. She's trying to clear out. And here comes Labette County. Pass up ahead to Brandon. Brandon had 8 points, led the way in scoring in the first half for Labette County. As here's a pass inside from Brandon. Almost poked away by Independence, but in the hands of Jasmine Perez. And Labette County's going to try to slow things down. Brandon has it in the far right corner, now to Wilson. Now Stewart. Now Perez left side. As they're playing like 3-4 guards out, and then they're just cutting and slashing with one post player working the blocks. Just cuts and slashes as they're still rotating it around the three-point line. 6:45 to go, third quarter. Perez with it left side. Here's another slash from Stewart, and they're going to continue to rotate. Here's Wilson with it. Pass poked away. Stolen. Etchison now up ahead. Richenberger. She had 6 points in the first half. Layup. No. Good contest from Perez on the layup. And here's Wilson and a travel on Shelby Wilson. Not the best start for Shelby Wilson here in the second half. As Ashante Smith is going to check in for Shelby Wilson. First sub of the second half from Coach Snyder. Mercy Smith inbounds over the top to Vealey. Vealey has been held in check, and I do mean check. She just has 2 points, and she has been the main threat in terms of scoring from this Independence team in the last couple matchups with them. Here's Mercy Smith, pick and pop, three-pointer on its way, off the back heel, and rebounded by Vealey, and a jump ball. Independence fans don't like that, but it'll stay with them. Possession Bulldogs. Dean defending the inbounder Smith. 2 minutes in, third quarter, 25-8 Labette County. Nobody has scored in the second half yet. Here's Stover. Stover, bounce pass to Etchison. Etchison, nothing there, back to Smith. Foot was on the line, two-pointer, rattles home. First points of the second half are good for Mercy Smith. She is just the third Bulldog to score in the ball game. Brandon looking to score, right wing three. It's money for Madison Brandon. Brandon, first player in double figures. She has 11 and 2 3-pointers, 28-10 Labette County. 5:30 to go, third quarter. Independence struggling to get across half court. Coach Bird is going to burn a timeout, and we'll burn some time here at the break, telling you our sponsors for the broadcast. Tonight's broadcast is powered by Labette Helth and the Bartlett Co-op. Other sponsors include Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Gilmore and Newland, Labette Bank, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Labette County Mental Health Services, Tank Connection, USD 506, Wood Doolahary Insurance and Real Estate, the Corner Store of Altamont, Community National Bank, Snyder Lawn Care, Oswego Locker, Altamont Lumber, and SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Meister, Mosier, and Morris. Big shout out to all of our sponsors and Labette Helth and the Bartlett Co-op for making our broadcast possible. 28-10, Labette County holds an 18-point lead over the visiting Bulldogs with 5:15 to go in the third quarter here on their home floor. Here's Stover, bounce pass in the interior, poked away by Perez, but Vealey got it back somehow and went off the back calf of Stewart right back into Vealey's hands. Independence fortunate to have the ball right now. Vealey trying to spin, but finds Stewart right in her way. She'll rotate it back out. It's in the hands of Richenberger now. Here's Stover, deep right side in front of her coach, defended by Brandon. Good defense from Labette County on this possession. Here's Etchison backing down Brandon. Smith had an opening, but shoots the floater. Too strong. Rebound. Vealey blocked by Stewart, and the block went right into her hands as Stewart kind of blocked it and then palmed it into her grasp. What a block and steal by Carson Stewart. Stewart had 6 points in the first half, one of the better first halves for Carson. Here's Ashante launching a three. No, rebound Dean. I don't think we've seen Ashante shoot a three all year, but hey, it's senior night, why not? As we have a turnover, Labette County, inside pass went out of bounds. It'll be Independence ball. 4:05 to go in the third quarter, 18-point Labette County lead. Just 5 points have been scored here in the second half. And a combination of both sides. Here's a steal from Stewart. Another Independence turnover created by these Grizzlies. Dean with a bounce pass to Brandon off of her shin out of bounds. As Brandon kind of put her hands on her head, knowing it was a perfect opportunity for an assist and lay-in, as Dean has had some incredible assists, a couple of them being almost full court. You talked about Isabel earlier on. Much lower scoring third quarter than we had in the first half of play. Here's Stover driving short corner, cut off by Dean. 3:35 to go in the third quarter. Here's Smith, right corner, defended by Dean. Back out to Richenberger. 2-3 zone, Labette County still poses. Left wing Etchison looks to drive, cut off. The defense for Labette County has just been outstanding, as the scoreboard shows, holding a team to just 10 points, and Independence has not shot a free throw, Isabel.
Yeah, it's been great defense from these Lady Grizzlies, and it doesn't matter which five have been out on the floor. They've all worked very hard, and so that's been a great thing to see from the Lady Grizzlies.
As Wilson got the rebound off of a missed three from Mercy Smith, and Wilson turned right into the heart of three black jerseys awaiting, and they created the jump ball possession, Labette County, and here they come. 3 minutes and counting in the third quarter. Dean deep left corner. looks to drive, a hard drive, and flips it to the corner to Wilson. Squares up, launches the three, and it's good from Shelby Wilson. Wilson has 8 points. That's her second tray of the game. They lead 31-10, 2:40 to go, third quarter. Labette County really putting on a show on both ends of the floor on senior night. Vealey has it on the far corner, gets through 3 white jerseys, and gets the and one. Oh, wow. I didn't think the ref was going to call the and one. That's why I didn't say she shot the ball, because I thought she was fouled well before the shot. But the ref says she was in stride, or at least motion of shooting, so Abbey Vealey just got an and one. That was a weird and one. As that's the first foul of the second half. In the first half, Independence had 9 team fouls. Labette County had 4. And that is the first foul from either team here in the second half. They're going to get Ashante Smith. That's her second personal. The and one free throw is good from Vealey. She now has 5 points. Slowly trying to get to where she usually is in the box score is Vealey, as she scored in double figures every time these teams have met. As if I'm not mistaken, in the loss at Independence where Labette County lost, Vealey really had a good game. I think that was the game she had a good one.
Yeah,
upwards of 20 points.
I was going to say, we definitely said her name a lot that game, so I'm pretty sure she and I think Etcherson were really doing a lot for offensively for the Lady Bulldogs.
As Labette County picks up a foul on the other end, Independence. That's their first of the half. That's 2 on Smith. Inbounds goes over the top to Brandon. Now Audrey Dewey, who just checked in, comes to get it. Wilson thought about the 3 on the left wing that she'll hold. At the 2-minute mark, we are third quarter. Wilson flips it into Smith. Turns, right hook, fading, no. So that's a good shot from Ashante if she can get it down, and she likes that shot. She's a little bit off balance when she shoots it. Here's a 3-pointer from Etchison. Nothing but nylon from Camden Etchison. That's Etchison's, believe it or not, first points of the game. Isabel, you mentioned her having a big game in Independence. That is her first field goal of the game here.
Yeah, and if you're Labette County, I mean, that's a great thing, because to hold your 2 biggest scorers to minimal points this far into the game is a really good testament to their defense tonight.
Independence within 15 with just under 90 seconds to play, third quarter. Here's Brandon. Ashante Smith wanting the ball on the inside, but Brandon shoots the deep 3 strong off the glass and the heel of the iron, no good. Here comes Etchison, wasting no time, but good defense from Dewey in the cutoff. Etchison, step back 3 off the glass, no. Rebound Perez. Etchison was really feeling it there. I don't think she expected Dewey to give her such little room. Etchison shot it anyways. Here's Brandon, bumped by Vealey, no whistle blown. 60 seconds to go, third quarter, and here's a timeout, Coach Snyder. We will take 30 seconds and come back with a score update from the Parsons game here on KLKC Parsons.
Hey Parsons, I'm Anna. This is Raven. We're the Anna and Raven Show, and we can't wait to wake you up on Variety 93.5.
We're the show that's all about relationships. So if it's going on at home, at work, in your life, we want to know about it.
Also, every day a couple joins us for Couples Court. They tell us what their disagreement is about, and then it's up to you to decide who's right.
Want to win cash? You can challenge me daily in pop culture trivia. It's called Can't Beat Raven. Beat me, and you get the jackpot.
Get ready to laugh, Labette County. We're the Anna and Raven Show on Variety 93.5.
The Anna and Raven Show.
(31-16), Lady Grizzlies on top with just under a minute to go in the third quarter. As we do have a score update, the Lady Vikings are on top of the Lady Tigers, 34-21. I believe it's early fourth quarter. We couldn't see the time, but just moments ago it was late third quarter. So if, again, I'll say it, knock on wood, the Lady Vikes can hold on, Labette County will be bailed out by their rival, Isabel, and will co-host, or not co-host, share the SEK title with Fort Scott. .30 seconds to go. Here's Stewart holding right wing. Flips it to Brandon. Left open, but head fakes and rotates off the 3. Here's Dewey now. Labette County maybe wanting to hold for one shot, as usually Brandon would shoot that 3, but didn't that time, as Brandon is fouled catching it at the elbow. That's just the third foul of the half. The second on Independence. That's the third on Alexandra Jones. Here's an entry pass tipped and stolen away by Vealey. Here comes Independence in transition. Vealey jump stop layup off the glass and in. Abbey Vealey with 7 points now, trying to get to double figures. Here's Labette with 7 seconds left. Stewart looking to probe. Jump stop, almost traveled. Brannon with it. Ball's on the deck. 2 seconds left. Saves it in the hands of the Bulldogs. And the buzzer will sound as Independence outscored Labette County by 4 points in that third quarter and cut the lead to 13 for Labette County. So Labette County can't get comfortable yet. We're going to take 60 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
What was a 17-point lead at halftime has been shaved down to a reachable 13, Isabel, as Labette County just had 2 field goals in that third quarter and was outscored 10-6 by Independence.
Yeah, that's definitely something that is going to be a key aspect here. I mean, again, Independence will still have to outscore Labette, but Labette has to keep on the gas here if they want to close out this game.
As Anna Dean gets another block on Vealey, as that was a big possession for Independence. Here's Wilson, a three-pointer off balance. No, air ball saved by Perez. What a save from Jazzy. And here's Wilson, Jasmine Perez with her second spectacular save of the game. Dean goes up and has it batted out of bounds by Jones with the help of Etchison.
Yeah, but that was a beautiful, beautiful save there by Jazzy.
.7:21 to go in the game. Inbounds goes to Wilson. Now to Dean. Turns left, now right, and is fouled. And Dean will go to the line to shoot a pair as her shot was no good. We'll see who they get on the foul. They're going to get Mercy Smith. That's 3 on her, and just the third Independence foul of the second half. Dean's first free throw is no good. And Isabel, are you ready for this? Anna has not scored this game, but it feels like she's played incredible. She has played really good, as she does make this free throw, so she's scored now. But for a game where Anna has played so well and done so much, she hasn't scored. And that's not a knock. She hasn't needed to score this game. She's done everything needed to do, and scoring she just hasn't really needed to do tonight.
Yeah, and I definitely think that's something, I mean, we kind of can see that from a lot of other Grizzlies from time or two. Is they don't necessarily, they're very unselfish players. They'll give the ball where it needs to go. I mean, we've seen that from Anna, passing it up, getting the cherry picks and the deep passes to her teammates. But you're right, she hasn't needed to score, but she's been a facilitator, and I think that's a great aspect to also have as a player, is because it's like, okay, you can score the basketball, but can you help others score? Can you help your team be successful?
Yeah, and this is unofficial, but I'm almost positive. She leads in blocks, she leads in rebounds, and she probably leads in assists. So just because she has 1 point, that doesn't mean too much. As here's a ball on the deck, and here's a steal from Etchison. Etchison, nice bounce pass to Jones, who finishes. Good transition from Camden Etchison. And the bucket from Alexandra Jones. Lead is at its smallest since the first half. It's just a dozen for Labette County. Stewart takes a step, and a blocking foul called on Jones. I think that's her 4th. It'll be the 4th team, I know that. I think it's the 4th on Jones. It is the 4th. Checking in for Independence is Tion Johnson for the first time. And Haley Stover comes back in. They replace Jones and Smith. 6:10 to go in the game. 12-point Labette County lead, 32-20. Inbounds goes to Stewart. Stewart cradles, gives to Perez left wing. Perez drives baseline and is cut off and has to save it again, but her foot was out of bounds. Turnover Labette County, as Perez could have let that one tumble out because it was stolen, but she wanted a third spectacular save, I understand.
Yeah, well, and in those situations, sometimes it can be hard to know exactly who it went off over, what's happening. And
That's
so if
true.
you don't save
You
it,
just
then you look bad. Yeah, so it's hard in that
That's a good
situation.
point. 6 minutes and counting. Here is Etchison, pass read by Wilson, stolen by Wilson. She has Dewey backside, she doesn't see her. Now she does. Dewey shoots, misses the wide open layup, and it's saved underneath by Stewart, who's double teamed by Johnson and Etchison, and her pass is tipped out of bounds. It stays with Labette though, but Dewey missing a rare open layup.
Yeah, and smart look by Carson to throw it off the foot of a Bulldog to keep possession.
Oh, that's what
the
she
lady.
did?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't.
No, you're good.
Didn't see what happened. Smart play by the senior. Inbounds goes to Dean. High left wing. Throws it to Brandon. Right back to Dean. Leans. Shoots and misses. Somehow gets her own miss. Tries to draw the foul on the second attempt and no whistle blown. Dewey bails her out by getting the backside rebound, but Dean is fighting for a whistle and can't get one. She'll try again. Shooting, and there she goes. She gets the foul that time. That one wasn't a foul, but the shot before that was, but the ref knew it, so he owed Anna a foul, and he gave it to her there.
Yeah, I was going to agree with you on that. Definitely expected to hear a whistle on that last drive to the basket, but we'll get that one here.
Dean's first is good. We're going to get a score update from the Parsons game. Sorry to keep bringing it up, but it really is a huge game, as Parsons leads 39-28. As Dean gets the second as well, lead back out to 14 for Labette County. So this is huge, Isabel. There's only a minute and 7 seconds left in Parsons, and the Lady Vikes lead the Lady Tigers by 11.
Oh, wow.
And now 13, as Parsons just got an and one transition layup. So Labette County, if they close this game out, are going to be co-champions of the SEK, something that after the Fort Scott loss here in Harrison, they maybe didn't think was possible. Because maybe you just think, oh, Fort Scott, they're not going to lose again. 34-20 is the score. Labette County has the ball off of an Independence turnover. 5 minutes to go in the game. An absolutely huge outcome is happening in Parsons as we speak.
Yeah, from the
I'm not mistaken on that.
No, I double
Fort
checked.
Scott's
you, yeah.
one game ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Lady Vikings have done phenomenal this year, and so I think it's just one of those games where they're just having just a lights out night.
They're a scary team to play. Parsons has improved a lot,
especially at home for them.
Yeah.
They have a great home environment. So
here's Stewart. Labette County still not out of the woods yet. Independence has played a much better second half. Here's Smith. Her layup is good. Ashante Smith missed the initial layup, got her own miss, and flung in the second one. What an effort from the senior who got a start tonight. Labette County back up by 16. Ashante Smith with a steal in transition. She poked it away by Vealey. 4:30 to go in the fourth quarter. 36-20 Labette County on top. Here's Dewey with it, dribbling right to left. Now gives it to Wilson left wing. Wilson comes off the Smith screen and almost has it stolen. Nearly has it stolen by Vealey. And we have a jump ball possession arrow, Labette County.
And that was smart, though, of Shelby, because a lot of times when you start to get your pocket picked, you just give up, and she clamped down on the ball and ended up resulting in the jump, so they didn't automatically lose the steal. So that was a smart play by Shelby.
As we have a timeout. Yeah, you're famous. As we have a timeout, Independence. We'll take this moment to remind everyone tonight's broadcast is powered by Labette Helth and the Bartlett Co-op. Don't look at your phone too yet, Isabel. You're going to read off our sponsors because you're so nice. Other sponsors include
Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Home, Clemens Insurance Agency, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Gilmore and Newland, Labette Bank, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Labette County Mental Health Services, Tank Connections, USD 506, Wood Doolahary Insurance and Real Estate, Corner Store of Altamont, Community National Bank, and Snyder Lawn Care.
As we were just notified by Parsons Sun reporter Sean Fry that Parsons got the W. So Labette County's 4 minutes and 15 seconds away from Coach Snyder's 16th SEK title. What a feat for Coach Snyder. But if I told her that right now, I can tell you right now what she'd say. She'd say, well, we haven't won this one yet. Shut up, Jack. Go sit down. I can tell you, I mean, I can hear her saying that. I love you, Coach. Here's Ashante at the top of the key, rotating it far side. Here's Brandon in the corner. Independence just had 8 points at halftime, and they have nearly doubled that in the second half with 12. Here's Dean in the corner. Dean, the cutting Wilson and cutting Brandon, is well defended by Independence. Dean's forced to rotate it around the horn. Brandon with it on the opposite corner. Stewart flashes. Dean flashes. Neither are open. That's a popular Coach Snyder offense. A pin down is set, and two trailing Grizzlies flash, and they just try to facilitate and get the ball inside. Hasn't worked on this possession. Dean comes to get it. Awkward layup is off the glass. You could tell by the look on her face, she couldn't believe it went in. That's Dean's first field goal of the game. She has 5 points all in the fourth quarter. Lead back out to 18 for Labette County. 3:15 to go, fourth quarter.
Yeah, and that was a great work of the ball because sometimes when these Grizzlies are up, they tend to rush their offenses a little bit more. So that was perfect. I mean, they definitely had several opportunities, but the outside guards waited for the perfect time, and Brandon was able to hit Dean for the lay-in.
Here's Etchison right back to Richenberger, looking for her third three of the game. Too shy this time. Good box and rebound from Wilson. Trying to find an outlet and finds Stewart. Stewart finds Brandon, who's going to slow the pace down. Up ahead to Dean now, 2:45 to go in the game. As again, we will hear from, I'm hoping, Coach Snyder. I know they're going to do a ceremony for her, so it might be tough to get Coach up here, but we will hear from all 6 Labette County Lady Grizzlies seniors at the conclusion of this one. As you know, they'll have to be excited, especially after they are told that they're co-SEK champions, because these senior girls have, I don't know if there's a year they've lost the SEK, Isabel, this group of Anna and Madison and Carson. I don't know if they've been a part of a team that's lost the SEK. And they came really close to losing it this year, but it looks like they're going to be bailed out by their rival. As Fort Scott was 10-1 in the SEK coming into tonight, Labette County was 9-2. So Labette County winning moves them to 10-2, and Fort Scott losing moves them to 10-2 as well. So a big-time game up in Parsons. Here's a turnover, Labette County. It'll be Independence ball. Couple subs for both teams took place at the brief break after the turnover, and Independence returns the favor, throwing it out of bounds. It'll be Labette County ball.
Yeah, and as you said, I will be interviewing our senior girls. I think they're going to do the senior night presentation immediately following this game, and then I told them just come up here as soon as they can. So we will have them on air for you guys as soon as possible.
As here's Wilson on the right wing. Fouled. So it'll be a 1-1 for Shelby Wilson at the line, as that's the 7th team foul for Independence. That's the second on Riley Richenberger. 1:54 on the clock. Labette County can taste the trophy. Well, I don't know if they know that. They probably don't know the score of the Parsons game.
Well, as you said that, Sean Fry just leaned over and talked to Volmer, and then Volmer was saying something to Wilson, so they might have just found out.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. As Wilson knocks down the first. As you thought, I mean, this was another year as Wilson knocks down the second where Labette County runs away, wins the SEK. You return essentially all your scoring. You return almost all of your talent, and you think, okay, they're going to run away with it as always. And then Fort Scott, one of the most improved teams in the SEK, here's a two-pointer from Riley Richenberger. Fort Scott comes out of nowhere, beats you on your home floor, and takes a one-game lead over you with 3 games to play. So you start to get nervous, like, hey, we might not win this thing.
Yeah.
And then you're bailed out, and you're going to tie for Fort Scott for the title.
And I definitely think it's proved that these Lady Grizzlies, despite, they didn't sweep it, they still played well. They still played with resiliency. And, again, as we kind of talked about, that's what Coach Snyder instills in her teams. And so I know that she has told them, it doesn't matter what the stats are. You play every game like it's the only one. And so I'm proud of how these Lady Grizzlies have battled these last 3 games.
A foul on Independence, so Shelby Wilson's going to shoot 2 more free throws. She has 10 points. Shelby with a good night, cracking double figures, looking to make it 11 and 12 here at the line. She's 2 for her last 2. First one is good as well. Because I guess I shouldn't keep saying Labette County's been bailed out by Parsons. While that win did secure it, Labette County still had to win 10 league games to even be in contention. So credit Labette County for winning 10 league games. I mean, that's pretty good on its own. As Wilson knocks down the second. 1:10 left. It feels like it's been a long last couple minutes as Labette County leads by 20. Here's Stover with it. Stover had a good start to the game and has been held in check since, as Stover is fouled. That is just the second team foul for Labette County in the second half. That's pretty hard to believe, as Labette County has just committed 6 team fouls total in the whole game. Keon Johnson checks back in for Mercy Smith, and Mania McPherson checks in as well for Independence. As I was wondering what was going on. I didn't know who McPherson checked in for, as there were 6 Bulldogs on the court, but Stover trots off. Richenberger throws it in. McPherson has it. Right back to Richenberger. Loses it out of bounds. They're going to say it was poked by Ashante Smith. That stays with Indy. But Ashante, that's something she's proven to me that she can do tonight, is defend a guard with the ball and have a huge impact, because Ashante plays about a 4 spot and has been defending guards, as we see here. Here's the 3 from Richenberger, no good. Rebound McPherson. But Ashante's played good defense on these smaller, quicker guards than her.
Yeah, you're...
Go ahead, as Dean got a block, and here comes Labette County. That was a big block from Anna. She's got probably 5 or 6 blocks tonight, Isabel.
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, I haven't been counting, but she's definitely been a playmaker tonight.
25 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and you'd think Labette County's going to dribble it out, but Independence really isn't going to let them. Here's Wilson with it, double teamed. Stewart almost loses it. 10 seconds left. Independence still fighting. But Labette County's going to move to 16-4 on the season and 10-2 in the SEK. And that 10-2 league record's going to be good enough to tie for an SEK title, as Fort Scott was knocked off by Parsons tonight. So it'll be Fort Scott and Labette County co-champions, as the Labette County bench just found out what happened and they are ecstatic.
That was a priceless reaction right there. That was so exciting.
Man, they are so excited. They just found out that Fort Scott lost to Parsons, and they are ballistic, particularly the seniors. As so happy for this group of young women, as they have been in this program really since freshmen and have played since freshmen. As the hard work has paid off, as you had to play from behind the final 3 games. And you won all 3 of them. You win that double overtime thriller in Pittsburgh. If you lose that one, you're not celebrating a title right now.
Yeah.
So every game matters, and Labette County won enough. As you know, Coach Snyder has to be pleased as well, securing her 16th SEK title in her 35 years here at Labette County. So it couldn't be any better for Coach Snyder right now. I know they have their eyes set on Sub-State next Wednesday. But for now, we will step aside for a 2-minute timeout and come back with our post-game show here on KLKC Parsons. Labette County Lady Grizzlies victorious here on their home floor, 42-22 over the Lady Bulldogs of Independence, and thus securing a share for the SEK title with the Lady Tigers of Fort Scott. Leading scorer for Labette County, Madison Brandon with 13, Shelby Wilson with 12, Carson Stewart with 6, Anna Dean with 5, Ashante Smith with 4, and Jasmine Perez with 2. Leading the way for Independence, Riley Richenberger with 8, Abbey Vealey with 7, Camden Etchison with 3, Mercy Smith and Alexandra Jones each with 2. So Isabel, it never really felt like in this game that Labette County was going to lose it. They really controlled all game. Independence couldn't buy a bucket. Independence just scored 22 points. Talk about Labette County's defense.
Yeah, it was definitely something that we saw even from the very beginning of just like, I don't know, it was just very different. It was much more, I mean, they were very composed. They kind of had a little bit, I mean, there was a little bit the first quarter of turnovers kind of going back and forth. And again, credit to the Lady Bulldogs because they played some good defense and they had a lot of good effort starting out. But once Labette County just continued to harass and continued to have that lockdown D. And as you said, they were running that zone that was just proved very deadly. And the Lady Bulldogs could never quite figure that out. And so I think that's what really proved detrimental to them. Their scoring, Lady Bulldogs scoring just wasn't there tonight. And the Lady Grizzlies were able to capitalize on every chance they got. I mean, Shelby Wilson with some tremendous three-pointers tonight and some great free throws down the stretch, as well as Madison Brannon contributing well. And I mean, and needless to say, while Anna only scored 5 points, I mean, again, we've kind of talked about throughout the broadcast of her just continuing to have those facilitating abilities to get her teammates in positions to score. So I think it was just a really great night, and I'm really happy that they were able to become co-champions of the SEK.
As Isabel, in the first half, Labette County made 10 field goals, and in the second half just made 4. So they really didn't play that good of a second half, but here's why they still ended up winning by 20 plus. They held Independence to 9 made field goals on the game.
Yeah.
And Independence only shot 1 free throw. I mean, it was, Independence couldn't do anything offensively.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, that's what I talked about. I mean, they just had a really good defense, and that's something that I think they've always been good at. But I think tonight, like you said, you've talked about previously about, like, you know, becoming an elite team and kind of growing into that. And I definitely think that's what we saw tonight is they kind of stepped into that. They never let up, and I think we saw, and I think that's also why they didn't have to necessarily score, is because Independence, they eventually, I mean, they got lazier and they kind of laid off a little bit and were moving more. I mean, I think that's why they had more fouls as well.
Yeah.
But Labette County just moved their feet, and like Carson Stewart had phenomenal baseline defense. I watched her several times. The girl she was guarding would try to go that way. I mean, she just cut him off instantly, and so that was something that. Again, they all played phenomenally, but I just really noticed her kind of determination to be like, you're not going to have this route, and I think that was just a huge factor to their success tonight.
As we will try by the end of the broadcast to get you an update on what Fort Scott losing does to the sub-state bracket. As we weren't going to play Fort Scott, I'm not talking about matching up with them, but I'm not sure who Labette County is going to play in sub-state. I know they will host, so the Lady Grizzlies will host next Wednesday night here in Harrison. I'm just not sure if that loss for Fort Scott gives Labette County the 1 seed. We'll try to get you sub-state updates by the end of the broadcast, but these Lady Grizzlies will play on Wednesday here in Harrison. We don't know a time yet. Again, we'll try to get that information to you by the end of tonight, but thank you for tuning in for our women's game. While they still have a lot of seniors to go through, what we'll do is we'll start with a 5-minute timeout and see where they're at here, and we'll just go from there. But we do have interviews coming for you. Isabel's going to interview all the senior girls from the team. It's something that we just do here on KLKC on senior night. We interview the seniors of the teams. And so we'll start with a 5-minute timeout and hopefully come back with some interviews. As the ceremony, I'm sure you can hear the loud applauses in the background. The ceremony for head coach Christy Snyder has started as Heather Wilson is just reading off what I read earlier, as we'll go ahead and read it off for you again. For those of you who are just joining us, since 1997, Coach Snyder and her basketball teams have won 14 sub-state championships, and 15 make that now 16 SEK League championships. In 2001 and 2005, she won a state second-place runner-up trophy, and in 2006, her teams finished third in the state. Coach has been awarded SEK Coach of the Year many times, and her teams are regulars on the court in Salina. Today is a day of celebration of Coach Snyder's outstanding legacy of wins, but most importantly, a celebration of her legacy of relationships with her players, as evidenced by the large gathering of her former players who are here in support of her. Coach has watched at least 18 players go on to play college basketball, and a few have even become coaches themselves. Most importantly, though, she has developed hundreds of women that have had successful careers and are wonderful mothers and wives who have learned how to be tough, because she is, and that is the expectation. Coach Snyder's leadership, tenacity, and toughness helped her athletes to find their own inner strength, a strength they often didn't know they had. Her philosophy, tough times never last, but tough people do. Congratulations, Coach, on this milestone. What an amazing journey it's been being a member of your staff and your friend for all these years. This is from Coach Wilson. Thank you for dedicating your life to your teams and sacrificing time with your own family to spend with your players. We all love you. As Assistant Coach Heather Wilson finishes off what I just read to you. And there's the applause. I mean, it is packed in here, Isabel. This is the last game I remember it being this packed was Pink Out Night. I think Magic Rutherford's senior year against Parsons. That is what I would compare this to. There are, to be honest with you, hardly any seats, especially once all these senior parents get seated again. This place is jam-packed.
Yeah, it is definitely. I mean, they gave Snyder a very long and well-deserved standing ovation as well, and so it is definitely a testament to her career here and just the amazing impact that she's had on our community. So it is definitely a great environment in here right now, and we are wall-to-wall with people, as you mentioned.
As the student section chants Snyder, I know she's just loving every second of it.
She loves attention, if you can't tell.
No sarcasm there.
Yeah.
As the players are getting their pictures, and just found out again that they're co-champions with Fort Scott of the SEK, so a perfect night brewing here in Harrison Gymnasium. But again, we have one more contest coming for you, our boys matchup, which we expect to be a really good one, as we're awaiting interviews with our senior girls from the team. I know it'll probably take a while for them to get up here, but we'll start again. They haven't even started the clock. We'll go another 5-minute timeout, Amanda, and we'll come back hopefully with some interviews for you here on KLKC Parsons. as we welcome you back into Harrison Gymnasium as we're now prepping for our boys game, and as we await hopefully some interviews from the girls seniors, we'll see. We'll go ahead and dive into our boys pregame show here on KLKC Parsons. Again, Labette County, we expect a big matchup here as we have a manager suited up to play.
Yeah, I noticed. I looked up from my notes earlier, and I was like, oh, that is Joseph Jameson out on the floor. So I would imagine that Coach Arkwright will be starting all of his seniors tonight.
Yeah, as I remember my senior year, Javon Perez and Eric Thomas, who were managing, got to play in the senior game. So I love that. That's allowed to happen.
Yeah.
I really liked it and appreciate that they're allowed to play like managers. But Labette County comes into this one with an 11-8 record as they're getting set to face on a team that they defeated on the road in Independence, a game, Isabel, that we really remember well, as that was one of the better games we've called all year, where in that matchup in Independence in I think the first week of February, Labette County trailed by 14 with about 4.5 minutes to go. Needless to say, came back and won it and stole one from the Bulldogs on their home court, and a sweep of Independence would mean a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were standing for the last whole 4 minutes of the game. I'm pretty sure we were both just standing up. There was definitely it was definitely a big surprise. I mean, I feel bad because we had both kind of written them off. And we're kind of harping on how they were playing a little bit, and so
we were pessimists down the stretch.
It definitely blew our expectations out of the water. So, as you said, a sweep of Independence here tonight would be huge for these Grizzlies, and so we'll see if that can happen tonight. But I think there's a few things that need to happen. One, especially, is their defense, and then utilizing all aspects of the court because they do have some bigger post players, and so whether that's trying to get to the point or trying to get to the basket through Hudson or their guards, I mean, we're going to have to look to score on all aspects. And then, again, kind of how we talk about everything, I mean, they're going to have to play clean defense because if they get into foul trouble, that could really hurt us here down the stretch. So it'll be interesting to see the matchup we have tonight.
As Independence comes into this one at 11-10 on the season, so still a winning record for Independence, but not quite that of Labette County's 11-8 record. Independence has played a couple more games than Labette County, but they're 6-5 inside the SEK. As I'll have to go check on Max Preps what Labette County's at inside the league, but Independence still, I mean, this game, it's not really worth looking at records and looking at, who have they. These teams match up really well because you have Hudson Baker duking it out with the towering 6'7" Easton Ewing.
Yep.
So you have two bigs going at it, where Hudson won the last battle. I don't think he outscored Ewing, but he held Ewing to like 9 points or something like that. It was high single digits and really bottled up the 6'7" player for the Bulldogs. So you have your bigs, and then you have your guards. I think what Labette County has working in their favor, and essentially what won them the game in Independence, is that their guards are more scoring guards than Independence's guards. Independence's guards are more defensive-minded and more drive and kick, rotate, get it to Ewing, whereas Labette County's guards are more, they have a mind to kill. Like, they want to get downhill and attack. They're not really looking to facilitate. Granted, they do, but their initial thought is, okay, how can I score?
Yeah,
or make somebody score.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's like, who is hot right now? How do we get them to basketball? And I think we've especially seen that with a lot of our guards just kind of growing and expanding. I mean, we've seen Chase Carnahan take a lot more shots. We've seen John Redford dribble drive, score a lot more. Same with Griffin Eaton. I mean, again, your regular two top scorers, Alex Meister and Eli Heston, are also going to be looking for the ball. But again, Independence knows to look for those guys. So it's going to be taking everybody stepping up and looking to score and having, you're right, that killer mentality that's really going to win them the ball game. And I think the games that they have played since this game is going to prove to be an advantage to them. I think they're going to have a lot more experience in battling from the start and not having to try to work their way out of a hole in the last quarter again.
As Labette County's SEK record is 7-4, and their overall, as I mentioned, is 11-8. And I know this team isn't finished. You know, they want to win tonight, and then next week they will play on Thursday in Sub-State. I believe, win or lose this game, they will host at least the first game of Sub-State. I'm almost positive. I was talking with the Independence Radio commentator prior to the matchup, and he was saying that if Independence wins this game, there's a big chance we see this same matchup next Thursday on this home floor. But if Independence loses, he said they would probably go on to play Atchison. So then we wouldn't know who Labette County would play until the conclusion of tonight. So just a couple things to think of in terms of sub-state, but we'll try to keep our attention on this game because it is a big game. It has effects to it, depending on who wins, who loses. But in terms of winning the SEK, Pittsburgh has that locked up. It's out of reach from these two teams, but still a respectable, good season at 8-4 in the league. If you can win it for Labette County is huge, because in the past 4 years, they've hardly won any games.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely
really.
And that's something that no matter win or lose tonight, it's a huge testament to these Grizzlies and to Coach Argerbright and his coaching staff. They have really battled to. They've really battled to get to this spot, and we've seen them kind of have their ups and downs this season, but they should be proud of themselves, especially right now to be within a winning record. That's huge.
Oh yeah.
It's been a lot of fun to watch these guys grow, and I think they definitely have some talent coming up in the younger grades, and I definitely think that Coach Argerbright is not going to let this season be the last winning season for this Grizzly team, and as well, he'll be graduating some great talent this year. But I definitely think it's needless to say that this kind of mentality is going to continue. So it's definitely been fun to watch them and fun to see them kind of, turn into the team that we've anticipated and hoped for so long. So it's definitely going to be a fun night for sure.
As Coach Argerbright's really high on those seniors and that great talent that you talked about. And we'll dive a little bit deeper into that talent and some of the numbers that these kids put up on this Labette County team. We'll dive into stats as well as some pregame thoughts as we near tip-off 6.5 minutes away. We'll take a 60-second timeout on KLKC. Tip-off is 5 minutes away. Labette County makes their way to the locker room, as does Independence. Head coach for Independence, longtime head coach and influencer here at Labette County High School, Coach Brad Smith. Labette County coached by Bradley Argerbright, as the student section for Independence has grown substantially since that girls' game, so the atmosphere only gets better as time goes on. As some statistics to look at for this Labette County squad, they're led by senior Eli Heston, who, Isabel, that young man can light it up from three.
Yeah, it's definitely, when he's hot, and we've seen him shoot lights out in this gym before. So fingers crossed we get to see a showing out of him tonight.
As Eli averages 15 points per game, and Alex Meister averages 13, and that's a duo I definitely wanted to touch on, and one that we've talked about a lot in our pregame shows recently is, for the Lady Grizzlies, you have Anna Dean and Madison Brandon that combine for 25 to 30 a game. And then on the boys' side, you have Eli Heston and Alex Meister, who Coach Argerbright does a good job of inputting stats into the Max Prep so we actually know their numbers. Heston and Meister average a combined 28 points a game for this team, which they average, I think, just under 60 or around. So they score just over a third of this team's points. And it seems like a lot of the times, like when Alex is having an off game, or Eli against Pittsburgh, where Labette County had a good chance down the stretch to win that game a week ago, Heston only had 2 points in the second half, and Alex scored 20 plus. So whenever one of them is down, the other picks him up.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely a good thing. And like you said, that's something I've noticed as well, is when one's doing a little bit better. The others, kind of having to pull the other half. And but I also think that the nights they're both on together and they're clicking really well on the floor, those are some fun games to watch. And we have seen that with a few games. But, it's a good thing to have, and it's also good because the team they know that these are kind of their two guys to look for. But same with our Lady Grizzlies. Kind of how that duo with Anna and Maddie are. They've got other guys that can score. They've got probably a deeper bench than I've seen in recent years.
Yeah.
And so I think that's been a huge asset as well. And kind of something like you've also mentioned with Hudson, like we're playing more through him now in the past couple games. And you even touched on this. If he scores, 2 baskets a quarter, that's 16 points a game. And so that's definitely a doable thing for him. And it's a good thing as he's only a sophomore. And he's already, I think he's just going to continue to grow into that position and continue to be kind of their lead guy moving forward. So definitely something to watch for the couple of years. But I hope they utilize him tonight because Alex and Eli are really good at getting those quick entry passes. So hopefully we can see that combination tonight as well.
As somebody who I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight if I didn't talk about is John Redford. His confidence, yeah, you're his brother, but John Redford.
Sister.
John Redford hit 2 of the deepest threes I've ever seen made in a high school game in Pittsburgh.
I will say, Huddle sent him a highlight video to his email, and I can see. I watched how far back he was, and I watched us on the sideline, and it was the best reaction I've ever seen. But they were, I went and watched, and they are, like you said, they are the deepest threes I've seen that kid hit ever. And I think part of that comes from just, shooting them up in our driveway at home. But he had the time of his life shooting, and he's definitely grown in a lot of confidence at Coffeyville. He had some great dribble drives. I think he had 8 points on the night there as well. But yeah, he's definitely someone that I have waited and wanted to see his confidence grow. So it's been exciting to see as his sister, but also just watching this team develop. I hope that we get to see some points out of him tonight because he's definitely been able to contribute as well down the stretch here in this season.
As his confidence has grown so much, as he was a big reason why Labette County, I shouldn't have drank this Sprite. God, as Labette County was down 7 with 6 minutes left, and John Redford hits 2 40-footers to cut it to 1, and he was like, I've never seen him celebrate. He was celebrating those threes, and I loved it. It surprised me, but I loved it. So this Grizzly team has a lot of spunk, a lot of momentum, and they are playing good basketball, and they are overflowing with talent, but they're taking on an Independence team in a similar situation. So we'll see what happens as the American flag drops out of the rafters here in Harrison Gymnasium. We'll step aside for 3 minutes for the national anthem and on KLKC Parsons. Starters being named off here in Harrison. Starting for the visitors from Independence, the Bulldogs, number 12. A 6-foot-tall senior Cooper Smith. Number 14, a 5'10" senior Brecken Birdie. Number 15, a 6-foot-tall sophomore Camden Julian. Number 22, a 5'11" junior Hayden Smith. Number 23 is 6'8". He's listed as 6'8". I thought he was 6'7". 6'8" junior Easton Ewing. And for Labette County, it will be seniors, because it is senior night. John Kohler, Elijah Sidebottom, Joseph Jameson, a manager, getting the start. Well, now hold on a minute. As this team has so many seniors, they named them all off. They named off all 7. So we'll see who's starting for Labette County. So I'll hold on that. We'll see who Coach Argerbright's electing to start, as there are 7 different seniors. So we'll see who Argerbright chooses to start. But this team, Isabel, you mentioned, had gone through some ebbs and flows this season. And mostly, to be honest with you, after those first 4 games, it has been nothing but up. It has been nothing but up for this Labette County team. They started 0-4, now they're 11-8, 7-4 in the SEK, and they're playing really good ball, and they've each found their individual roles.
Like we talked about in pregame, I mean, we've seen players grow in confidence. We've seen their overall team chemistry work really well together, and so it's going to be interesting to see how all that combines and how they put forth the effort tonight.
As jumping for Independence will be Easton Ewing, 6'8" junior. And it won't be Hudson Baker jumping against him. It will be senior Alex Meister. So starters for Labette County: Eli Heston, John Kohler, Alex Meister, Chase Carnahan, and John Redford. So it's Meister jumping against Ewing. Ref bounces the ball, throws it in the air, and Ewing wins the tip. Independence owns control of the first possession of the game. Here's a backdoor lob, intercepted by Meister. Coach Brad Smith tried to run the backdoor jam for Ewing, and he got lost. Here's Kohler, shot off the glass, no. Kohler got a good look underneath, couldn't convert. Rebound Julian, both teams attacking the rim right out of the gate, each team coming up empty. So here's Independence with the 3rd possession of the game. Here's Julian, defended by John Kohler, getting his first start of the season. Here's Birdie now. Now to Ewing, defended by Meister, pulls up from 15 and gets it to go. Good shot from Ewing. For a big fella, he's got a good jumper, Isabel.
Yeah, he's kind of one of their bigs that can do it all, and so it's definitely an impressive shot to see out of him.
John Kohler's open, block, as his shot was blocked by Cooper Smith. Here comes Hayden Smith now, dribbling it up. 2-0 Independence, 60 seconds in. Here's Hayden Smith whipping it up ahead to Julian now. Now far side Smith. Ball's in the corner. Here's Julian. Beats Kohler backside. Ewing underneath. Layup. No, he shot it too hard. Rare miss from Ewing, but he shoots the hook. No again. Rebound high in the air. Smith comes down with it, and his putback is good. 3 offensive rebounds for Independence in that possession. 4-0 Independence. 6:34 to go first quarter. Here's Meister giving it to Redford on the block underneath. Flips it back out to Meister. Coach Smith active on the sideline, as is the Independent student section. Here's John Kohler. 4-3, too strong. Rebound Julian. Here's Hayden Smith spinning off of Heston. Ball's in the far corner. And an entry pass to Ewing. Here's a foul on Meister, as the 2 starters will come in. Argerbright subs in the starters pretty quick. It'll be Xavier Phillips and Hudson Baker. Those 2 replace John Redford and John Kohler. 4-0 Independence, 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Inbounds goes to Smith. He skies and finishes. Cooper Smith with 4 points, 6-0 Independence. The starters for Labette County are all back in the game. Here's Heston, fadeaway three-pointer, air ball again. 2 air balls for Labette County from beyond the arc. Independent student section chaining air ball. Labette County crowd silent. Labette County scoreless, 5:40 to go first quarter. Here's Julian dribbling around the three-point line. Dribble handoff to Birdie. Birdie defended by Carnahan. Carnahan runs into the screen of Smith. Here is Smith underneath, fouled, and he'll shoot 2. Cooper Smith having a massive impact here early. As it looks like, Isabel, Labette County's going to have to play from behind again against this team.
Yeah, they definitely need something to get their momentum going. Otherwise, they are going to be in a very similar situation they found themselves in the first time these teams met.
Smith's first free throw of 2 is good. Smith with 5 of the Independent 7 points. Ewing with the other pair. Smith shooting another. Smith's second, too strong. Rebound Ewing. He's in good position to score. Off the glass, no. Put back, no. And crashing the boards is Ewing, but Carnahan comes away with it. Big time rebound underneath from Chase Carnahan. Here's Meister looking to get downhill. Not there. Gives to Heston. Head fakes and comes back out to the point position to run a set play from Coach Argerbright. Argerbright has some of the best set plays I've seen in the league. Here's Heston off the elevator screen. Three-pointer rattles in and out. Rebound on the deck. Meister tries to come away with it. And now Phillips is in there creating the jump ball. Possession arrow, Labette County.
Yeah, and there just seems to be a lid on the basket right now for Labette County, as that was a decent-looking shot from Heston. Just went in and out.
7-0 Independence. 4:54 reads on the clock, first quarter. Carnahan the inbounder, slaps, gives to Meister, left block, working on Ewing as Meister dribbles it out. Meister shoots the 3 straight away, too short. Labette County's 0 for 4 from the three-point line in this game so far, and scoreless. 4:40 to go first quarter. Here's Birdie being worked on by Carnahan. Nearly got a fingertip on the pass, but Smith comes down with it. Here's Birdie kicking it, corner. Good ball movement from Independence. Cooper Smith with it. He has 5 of the 7 points for Indy. Birdie left wing, rotates it back to Smith. Smith spins on Phillips, pulls up from 10, and gets it. Cooper Smith. Wow. He's got 7 of the Indy 9. Here's Phillips. Labette County needs to score, down 9-0. Meister jump stop, nothing there, has to get rid of it, and finds Heston. Good defense from Independence, and good offense from Cooper Smith at the other end. Here's a handoff to Meister. He has an edge this time, leans, shoots, in and out again, rebounds on the deck. Here comes Julian. I feel a Coach Argerbright timeout coming, Isabel.
Yeah, especially if Independence scores here.
Here's Smith, and there you go. A foul going the other way on Easton Ewing as Smith missed the layup and Ewing came crashing over the top of Baker. That will be the first team foul on Independence and the first on Ewing. Labette County with 2 team fouls. Here comes Eli Heston, heading it up for a scoreless Labette County Grizzly squad. They trail 9-0 on their home court. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Meister gets his man to bite, and 1, plus the bucket for Alex Meister. When you need a bucket, who you gonna call? Alex Meister. Did you like that reference?
I did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Meister rattles the end one home, 9-3. They needed that really bad from their senior leader, or one of their senior leaders. They're heavy with those. Indy 9, Labette 3, 3 minutes to go first quarter. Ball's left side, Julian. Now Cooper Smith. Smith on fire, 7 of the 9 points, 2 field goals and 3 field goals, and a free throw. Skip pass to the far corner in the hands of Birdie. He rotates it. Labette County into man-to-man. Here's a three-pointer. Nothing but the bottom of the net from Brecken Birdie. Independence shooting the ball very well here in Harrison. They lead 12-3. Here's Meister at the top of the key. Coming off the Heston screen. Nothing there. Gives it back to Heston. Pulls up from deep and gets it to go. And when you need a three-pointer, who you going to call? Finish it. Eli Heston, 12-6, Indy on top. Here's a block by Baker, but Ewing with the reverse putback. Easton Ewing in perfect position for the putback. Here's Eli Heston, gets by his man, flips it to Phillips, straight away, three-pointer off to the right side, rebound. Julian, Labette County playing at almost too fast of a pace here early. Here's Hayden Smith. Here's a three-pointer, heat check, Julian strong. Rebound Birdie, ball's on the deck, Eaton just checked in, picks it up, gives to Heston, who lays it in. Man, this is a fun game, Isabella, in a fun atmosphere. 14-8 Independence, no stoppages of play yet. A minute 40 to go in the first quarter. As this could be a similar game to what we'll see a week from now on next Thursday in a sub-state game. Here's the putback from Cooper Smith off of the Ewing miss. As Cooper Smith has 9 of the Independent's 16 first quarter points. Heston pulls up from deep. He's fouled and will shoot 3 free throws. As that's going to be on Hayden Smith. Didn't give Heston enough room to land. Heston has been trigger happy from beyond the arc, and I'm not mad about it. Heston's first of 3. Short. 2 more to come for the senior. On the court for Labette, Griff Eaton, Xavier Phillips, Alex Meister, Hudson Baker, and Eli Heston shooting his second of 3. Got that one. Into the game for Labette County, Elijah Sidebottom and John Redford replace Griff Eaton and Alex Meister. And in the game for Independence is Davis Merrick for the first time, replacing Brecken Birdie. Heston's third free throw. Got it. 2 for 3 goes the senior. He has 7 points. Labette County only down 6 when it feels like Independence has not gone a possession without scoring. 70 seconds to go, opening quarter here in Altamont. Here's Merrick riding the hip of Sidebottom. Now on the outside here goes Julian around the screen from Cooper Smith. Smith defended by the 6'4" Phillips of Labette County. Smith has scored just about every time he's touched the ball. Pass inside to Ewing, he's doubled, shot, good. It already looks like Easton Ewing's already going to surpass the points he scored in Independence, where he was held in check by Hudson Baker. Here's a three-pointer from Phillips, not a good shot, too strong. That is not a good shot. Way too fast. Yeah, Labette County needs to settle down right now. They're coming out like they played originally in this first matchup against these Bulldogs, but we're seeing just a lot of rush shots, and they're not taking their time with possessions, which we've seen in the past can lead to a deficit like they're facing now. Davis Merrick misses a lay-in. Rebound Labette County. They have 20 seconds to work. Phillips drives high off the glass. No. Rebound Merrick. Independence has 15 seconds to work. Plenty of time. They lead by 8. Now 10 seconds. Dribbling in and out of traffic is Smith. Set play called in. 5 seconds. 3 seconds. Kick to the corner. Wide open 3, Julian. It's good! Fist pump from Coach Brad Smith. Independence leads 21-10 at the end of the first quarter. A 21-point quarter from the visitors will take 60 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
Hey Parsons, I'm Anna. This is Raven. We're the Anna and Raven Show, and we can't wait to wake you up on Variety 93.5.
We're the show that's all about relationships. So if it's going on at home, at work, in your life, we want to know about it.
Also, every day a couple joins us for Couples Court. They tell us what their disagreement is about, and then it's up to you to decide who's right.
Want to win cash? You can challenge me daily in pop culture trivia. It's called Can't Beat Raven. Beat me, and you get the jackpot.
Get ready to laugh, Labette County. We're the Anna and Raven Show on Variety 93.5.
The Anna and Raven Show.
Independence leads Labette County by 11 points at the end of the first quarter and will get the ball. I'm assuming that's a possession arrow deal because they're fresh off of a three-pointer from Julian. There were 4 different Independent scores in that first quarter where they had 21 points. Here's Ewing. He had 6 of them, goes up and under and finishes. That is absolutely gorgeous offense from the big fellow looking for revenge on these Grizzlies. Here's Redford looking to make something happen. Left open, floater is good as nobody came to contest John Redford. So he just went ahead and put it up and in. 23-12, Labette down 11. They're no stranger to being down against these Bulldogs. They came back from down 15 in the second half and won in Independence. Here's a skip pass to Birdie. Now Ewing, shot, no good. Anytime he misses, you better go score because he doesn't miss often. Here's Eaton going behind the back now, driving back out to Redford. Redford hits the deck, gives to Baker, and a foul on Independence is called. Redford is helped up by Merrick. Good sportsmanship there. Chase Carnahan and Eli Heston check back in. Good minutes from Elijah Sidebottom and Griff Eaton. Bench players to come in and not give up much ground, if any. That foul goes on Birdie, his first, team's fourth. Labette County with 2 team fouls. Here's Meister off the screens. Three-pointer too short. Long rebound. Good box out from Cooper Smith. He's played a fantastic game. .6:40 to go in the first half. 23-12 Independence. Here's Merrick. Didn't start, but has played almost every minute since he checked in halfway through first quarter. Ewing flips it far wing in the hands of Birdie. Here's Birdie, gets by Carnahan and is blocked out of bounds by Baker, but a foul called at the top of the shot, and that'll be 2 free throws coming for Brecken Birdie. That's Hudson's first and Labette County's third as a team. Birdie shooting 2 at the line. Birdie's first is no good. Davis Merrick checks out, and Camden Julian comes back in. Birdie's second, pure. 24-12 Independence, largest lead of the game at a dozen. Birdie with 4. Here's a three-pointer from Heston, no good. Meister rebounds. Redford pulls up from the free throw line, and it hit the back iron and died and fell in. As it hit the heel of the rim, not a place you want the ball to hit on a jumper, but he got the benefit of the doubt. Redford with 4 points. We talked about him scoring, Isabel. He's done it. Here's a three-pointer, too short from Julian in the corner. Rebound Heston. Long pass up ahead to Redford. Nearly traveled, drug that pivot foot. No call. Here's Heston. Beautiful drive and finish from the senior. Heston cradled the right, finished with the left. Heston's got 9. 24-16 Labette County chipping away. 5.5 to go first half. Here's a floater, and it is good from Hayden Smith. What an answer from Smith. Here's Heston. He's played at a fast pace here tonight. Here's Carnahan off the handoff. Now to Meister. Meister's given room by Julian. Meister is going to rotate it, though. Redford gives it to Meister in mid-range, and he's held and fouled by Julian. That'll be 5 team fouls on Independence. And the second on Julian. Xavier Phillips is going to check back in for Baker, and Davis Merrick replaces Julian. Set play for Heston to shoot the 3 was well defended by Merrick. Here's Meister now, 5:08 to go first half. 10-point Independence lead. Meister looks to get downhill. Good defense inside from Cooper Smith rather. Here's John Redford off the give, defended by Merrick. Good defense on this possession from Independence. Labette County really doesn't have a lane yet. Here's Phillips trying to create, defended by the taller Ewing. Now Meister looking to drive. No foul called, but he gets the floater. That should have been an and one. Alex fist pumps as he gets back on defense. Eli and Alex have 14 of the LCHS 18. Redford with the other 4. Lead back to 8 for Independence. Three-pointer is good. What an ice-cold shot from Brecken Birdie. He has 7. Independence can't miss, Isabel. And here's a foul on Cooper Smith. That'll be the 6th on Independence. Independence leads 29-18. Hudson Baker checks back in. That's the first on Smith. Baker replaces John Redford. Labette County's 1 foul away from being in the bonus and shooting free throws. Carnahan's going to inbound over the top to Baker. It's a lob off the glass. It's good. Baker with his first field goal of the game, and they're going to have to play through him if they want to come back. That's definitely the longevity play, is those interior shots, even if they don't come from your big fella. Lead back to 9 for Independence halfway through the second quarter. Ewing pulls up from about 10 feet, too strong. Phillips nearly traveled. Coach Smith wanted it, doesn't get it. Here's Baker underneath, working on Ewing, misses, and a foul on Independence. As Isabel, tensions are rising.
Yeah, as you would expect it to. Last game was definitely a tense one as well. So I anticipate as Labette County keeps inching away at this lead, we're going to see that calls either direction are going to not be taken well by the fans.
It'll be 1 and 1 for Hudson Baker at the free throw line. 3:47 on the clock, 29-20 Independence. That's 17 fouls on Indy, and that's the second on Cooper Smith. As Smith does check out of the game. Baker's front end of the 1 and 1 is good. Jimmy Unruh checked in for the first time for Independence. He replaced Smith. Baker's second is good. 2 big free throws there from Hudson, Isabel, a place where he's improved significantly. In front of the pack goes Hayden Smith. Retreats, back out now Ewing working on Baker. 2 dribbles, gets him in the air, leans, shoots. No good, rebound high in the air. Ewing gets it. Ewing shoots from about 6 feet, too strong. Rebound Baker. Ewing can't believe the miss. Here's Labette down 7. Heston leans, drives, layup, no. Rebound Meister, foot out of bounds. Turnover Labette County. As Heston's played with a fast motor all game, and I don't mind it, but when you have your smallest deficit of the game, I like maybe a jog up the floor rather than a sprint on that transition push. You didn't have numbers that time.
Yeah, well, you have plenty of time left. I mean, there's no need to rush. You want to get close as you can before half, and so to maybe not necessarily, call a set play, see what you have, make a wise shot, and even if you don't make it, at least get a good look at the basket.
As here's a nice finish underneath from Hayden Smith. Smith has 4 all in this quarter. Lead back to 9 for Independence. Labette County just can't quite get past that 8-point deficit. 3 minutes to go, second quarter. Labette County with it, right wing in front of Coach Smith. Goes Griff Eaton. Now Baker, top of the key. Now far side is Meister. Here's Heston, well defended. Step back three-pointer, in and out, looked good the whole way. Rebound Ewing. 2:30 to go in the first half. You can feel this lead for Indy wants to bleed out to mid-double digits. We'll see if Labette County can stop it. Ball's on the far side. Here's Merrick, defended by Phillips. It goes to Ewing in the short corner. He facilitates, and he finds a three-pointer. It's Jimmy Unruh. As you could feel, it was wanting to stretch Isabel, and now it's back to a dozen. These next 2 minutes could determine the game. Here's Phillips, pulls up from about 12, no good. I don't like the shot again, and it's not. I love Xavier Phillips.
Yeah.
These shots are happening way too fast.
Yeah, and they're not unbalanced. They're not. It's very. Eli took a shot down here off of 1 foot, which in a game scenario where it's fast paced, you might need to take those shots. But they're off balance. They're not good looks, and that's not going to score you points. And so it's definitely something that they're going to have to fix in this next 2 minutes to try to at least gain some momentum to go back into the locker room.
As another backdoor lob for Ewing comes up short. He couldn't quite handle the lob. Here comes Phillips, head of steam, slows it down and gives to Heston, who looks gassed. 34-22 Bulldogs, a minute 40 left in the half. Labette County needs to score a few more buckets, and Meister tries to provide. He'll shoot 2 as he was fouled.
Foul on number 14, Redfister for the Bulldogs. Shooting 2 will be Alex Meister for Labette County.
Meister's first is good. Meister having a good evening. He has 6 points. Meister's second, good as well. He's 3 for 3 from the line. Labette County 7 for 8 as a team. They're down 10 with a minute 30 to go in the first half. Every possession is big, especially the ones on defense. You can't let Independence score much more. Here's a dump underneath to Ewing, poked out of bounds by Phillips. Good help side defense, crashing in from the outside Phillips. It'll stay with Independence. Inbounds goes to Ewing at the left elbow, looking to back down Baker, shoots a fading jumper, no good. Rebound Alex Meister. Here comes Heston all the way up ahead to Phillips, and he's fouled and he'll shoot 2 free throws. As the pass from Heston to Phillips went from about the 3-point line on Indy's side all the way to the low block on Labette's side, if that tells you anything. Labette County's looking to get out and run. As Coach Argerbright mentioned transition offense in the Adair postgame interview. Phillips' first free throw's no good.
He's trying to challenge Anna and her impressive passes from the first game.
Yeah. Those were 2 really impressive passes. Phillips' second rattles home. 1 for 2 goes the sophomore, lead to 9 for the Bulldogs. 65 seconds to play, opening half in Harrison. Here's Heston defending Smith. That being Hayden Smith. Cooper Smith, the other Smith, hasn't scored in the second quarter and had 9 in the first. Here goes Merrick, a player off the bench from Coach Brad Smith. 47 seconds to go now. Here's Birdie, defended by Eaton. Birdie gets an edge, gets downhill, and is blocked by Phillips, but a foul called, and rightfully so, as Phillips swatted hard. And even if you don't hit him, they're going to call that just because of the motion. As Meister goes over and has a word with Phillips, who seems to be a little rattled right now. So shooting 2's Brecken Birdie. He has 7 points and is 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Birdie's first is good. Second, good as well. John Redford comes back in for Xavier Phillips. So with 42.4 seconds on the clock, 36-25 Bulldogs on top. Here's Eli Heston. Now to Alex Meister. Meister really trying to stay in this game. Backing down his defender, kicks it back out, nothing there. Here goes Heston, driving, shooting, blocked. Rebound Independence. Here comes Ewing, 20 seconds left. Independence can hit him in the mouth. Here's a kick out to Birdie. Now a skip. Merrick for 3. You betcha! Independence cannot miss. That's Merrick's first points of the game, 39-25. Heston with 2 seconds to work. I don't know if he knows. Heston doesn't know, and he doesn't get a shot off. Independence leads by 14. Came into Harrison and put on an offensive clinic. They lead 39-25. We're going to take 2 minutes and come back with our halftime It's halftime here at Harrison. Labette County trails Independence 39-25. Leading the way in scoring for Labette County in the first half was Eli Heston with 9, Alex Meister with 7, John Redford and Hudson Baker with 4, and Xavier Phillips with 1. And for Independence, 7 different scores. 2 of them had 9, that being Cooper Smith and Brecken Birdie, and Easton Ewing had 8. If that tells you anything about how good Independence shot in that first half. They have 3 players with 9, 9, and 8. And to round it out, Hayden Smith had 4. Davis Merrick, Jimmy Unruh, and Camden Julian all had 3 points. Independence had 5 3-pointers there in that first half. 1 to end the first quarter and 1 to end the second quarter. Those coming from Davis Merrick and Camden Julian, as off of those 5 3-pointers, 4 different players made 1. So it was tough to defend. And Labette County, I do feel like, though, this isn't really an excuse, is on the offensive end when Independence would have one of those possessions where they make a 3 or feel like you should have got a stop but you didn't. You sprint down and shoot an unbalanced deep 3 or hard 2. And you kind of touched on that. They're off balance. They're too fast. Just kind of walk us through what we saw in that first half, both good and bad.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think they didn't play as haphazardly as they did the first time these two teams met. There was definitely a little bit more composure, but especially in the first quarter, there was just, I mean, it was like they played fast right out of the gate, and then they never really slowed down, and that was just something that I think hurt them because, like you said, they took a lot of just rush shots. I mean, even Eli was taking some shots that I kind of questioned as far as, I mean, I trust that he can make them, but, I mean, under the wrong circumstances and when you're too rushed like that, you don't get set, you don't have time to think about, okay, is this a good shot? And oftentimes when you shoot like that, you shoot a lot poorly, and so that's kind of what we're seeing here. I think in the second half, I know Coach Argerbright will probably talk to him about, like, you know, just slow down, just kind of focus, play fundamentally. I mean, like I said, they're kind of all over the boards right now. No, you're good. So actually, we're going to take a time right now. No, it's okay, you guys. I have my senior girls here with me. Whoever wants to go first. So we're going to quickly go through here and interview our seniors. So first up, I have with me Madison. Yep, you're good. Just put that headset on. We're good. Madison, well, it's so excited to talk with you. So excited. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
That was super fun. First question I have for you is, just kind of walk us through your role just this season as a senior, kind of how, like, your leadership role, like how you kind of stepped into that, and also, of course, walk us through what it felt like to score your 1,000th point on Tuesday.
Well, the role I've had to take over, it's been a process. It's been a process these past 4 years, and I'm honored to honestly take the leadership role, but I couldn't do it without my team, honestly. We play so well together, and we just depend on each other. Now, the night at Coffeyville, I heard a little birdie earlier. I wasn't supposed to know about it. And I was just like, whew. I was like, come on. I was like, 3 points, that's it. And I just had the perfect opportunity the first 5 seconds, and it just happened. Whatever happens, happens, I guess.
That's awesome. And then I guess lastly, so we can get through everybody, what was your favorite memory, whether it was this season or for the past 4 years? What's kind of been your favorite thing that's happened, whether in the locker room or at practice or in a game?
Oh, gosh. I don't know if I could just pick out one memory. You know, we make so many memories on and off the floor, and with just our bond that we have, there's just so many memories. There's so many funny stories to tell, and I honestly probably couldn't pick one.
Well, thank you so much, Madison. It's been an honor to watch you play and to call these games for you, so best of luck on your future. And next we will have, whoever wants to go next, Carson Stewart. Well, Carson, it has been so fun to watch you this season. Congrats on the win tonight and being co-SEK champions. That's so exciting. Tell me, like, the past couple games for you have been incredible. We've watched you grow so much in your confidence, especially your steals and defensive. You have had some amazing plays. So walk us through what that's been like and how you've developed this season just as a player.
Well, I kind of just had to tell myself it's the last. I have no more. So I'm just giving it my all right now. And for my team, for Snyder, it's all of our last year. So I want to go out with a bang.
That's awesome. And kind of tell me what has been kind of your biggest takeaway, something you've learned maybe through this season or a previous year that you're going to kind of take with you moving forward.
No matter what, even like we really didn't think like we put ourselves in a bad situation and we had to let someone else win, but we know better and that we just need to take charge and do it ourselves.
That's awesome. So last question for you, same kind of as I asked Maddie, what's been like one of your favorite moments through your career?
I think my favorite moment, honestly, was when Sydney Stice made the half-court shot with Snyder's
That
ball.
was pretty impressive. And that was definitely, I actually forgot about that, but yeah, that was pretty cool. I was here that night as well. But Carson, it's been an honor to watch you, and best of luck in postseason.
Thank you.
So next, we'll turn it over to Lauren Forbes, a senior that we have definitely missed greatly this season. The first few games, it's been an honor to watch you play as well. And again, congrats on this game tonight. I know you've had kind of a season-ending injury, which stinks, I know. But just kind of walk me through how you've been able to take that and pivot off of it. And like I said, I've been in an injury position. I know how that feels. But kind of walk us through, what you've learned from that, how you've still been able to, play a role as a team. Because we've definitely missed you on the floor, but I see you on the sideline every night, and I know that you're out there supporting your girls.
Yeah, well, I definitely did get a different role that I wasn't expecting, but yeah, it wasn't hard at all cheering on my teammates. It's definitely pretty easy.
Definitely pretty easy. Tell me, I know that you kind of have a close relationship with Snyder. What's kind of been your favorite memory of being able to, play for her and just interact with her in practice and whatnot?
Probably her ripping my butt.
She's definitely good at that.
Yeah, she is. Keeps me in my place. Always found a way to make me work harder than I thought I could.
Yeah, and that's awesome. I mean, she's so good at that, and it's been a good tribute to have. And last question, what's kind of been your favorite memory for this season as well?
Well, whenever I did get to play, probably playing, I don't know, beating Parsons that time. It was a close game.
Yeah, that definitely was a good game, and you played very well in that one as well. So I wish you guys best of luck in postseason, and I wish you best of luck in healing as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you. And next with us we have Anna Dean. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, and Anna, you've kind of been that post person throughout your career, but also specifically in this season. Kind of walk me through how stepping into that role, because you've also kind of had to play a leadership role as well. Kind of walk me through how you've grown into that, and what's it like, playing down there? Because I mean, you battle every night. What's it like playing that position?
Well, Bomber always tells us to be physical, and so for a post, that's somewhat easy, I guess. But for the leadership part, the guard is usually the leader of the game and the person that's talking the most, and so I just try to reiterate that and just do the same thing as them and just mimic what they say.
No, and that's good. And kind of tell me, what was your kind of aha moment this season? I mean, I know, like you said, you guys have kind of had to battle. It wasn't as easy kind of getting that co-championship of the SEK, but when was that moment where it was okay? Because there's been some times, especially in your overtime games, you're a very, you don't necessarily show a lot of emotion on the court, but there have been a few times specifically where we'll look at each other and we'll be like, where did that come from? And you've definitely wanted a lot of these wins. So kind of tell me, what's your thought process been in a lot of those games?
Well, the Fort Scott game where we had the double overtime, that was probably my most emotional. Even though we lost, it was still so much fun, and just something to look back on to make learn from it and not make the same mistakes. And so I thought that was the most fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. And lastly, what's kind of been your favorite memory of your career this season? What's something you're going to kind of take with you and remember for the rest of?
I'm going to remember the family aspect of it all. I'll always have these girls with me. I'll always have these coaches with me in my heart. I know they're always going to be there for me. And my favorite memory, I guess, was tonight when Maddie got her ball. It kind of reminded me of 2 years ago when Snyder got her 400th win, and Sydney Stice literally just chucks the ball and it goes in at half court. And I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, that was definitely a cherry on top. Well, Anna, congrats again on the win tonight, and best of luck on the postseason. It's been an honor to watch you play, and we wish you the best of luck finishing your career here at Labette County. Thank you so much for your time. And lastly with us tonight, we'll have Jasmine Perez. Jasmine, welcome. you've kind of been first off, congrats on the win tonight. Congrats on the season. It's been an honor to watch you play. Kind of walk me through, you're kind of our lead defender. You've been the lead defender this year. Kind of walk me through how it's been as far as coaches motivating you, as kind of your mental thought process. Like, what do you kind of think about whenever you go into the game? Because you're kind of you're really quick, you're fast, and not a lot of guards are ready for you. So kind of walk me through kind of your mentality on a day-to-day basis.
Well, I just kind of just go through the ball and try not to get fouled. I try to go under, and coach motivates me if I make a bad layup or something to go and fix it by still.
That's awesome. And then kind of just the fact that you're a senior, kind of what has been your kind of motivation to the underclassmen? Kind of how have you kind of stepped into your leadership role this season?
Just keep trying, go hard as you can, and give 100%. Give it all you got.
That's awesome. And lastly, what is kind of a memory? I've kind of asked all the seniors this. What's a memory or a lesson you've learned that you're going to kind of take with you moving forward?
Playing as a team, loving each and every one of us.
That's awesome, and definitely an important lesson. Well, Jasmine, thank you so much for your time, and I wish you the best of luck on postseason. And again, thank you for coming up here and spending a little time with me.
Thank you.
And thank you. And now as we'll bring Jack back in here as we've started the halftime of our boys game. We thank you guys for letting us take a little bit of your time to let you hear those girls' hearts, and I know that they play so hard night in and night out, and so it's an honor to listen to their insight into the game and just the lessons that they've learned along the way.
Feels good to be back in the throne, I got to tell you. So there's 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Independence leads Labette County 43-32. Xavier Phillips has a three-pointer, and Eli Heston has two-pointers. Independence has two-point field goals as well. So again, the score, Independence 43, Labette 32, 4:35 to go in the third quarter. It is Labette County's ball. Here is Chase Carnahan. Many fans in the stands wearing Chase Carnahan's t-shirts. Here's the three-pointer from Xavier Phillips, way off the mark. He's yet to find his stroke tonight. Brad Smith wants a timeout. A ref has yet to see him, and there you go. There's the timeout from Coach Brad Smith. We'll keep it here. Remind everybody tonight's broadcast is powered by Labette Helth and the Bartlett Co-op. Other sponsors include Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Gilmore and Newland, Labette Bank, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Labette County Mental Health Services, Tank Connection, USD 506, Wood Dula Harry Insurance and Real Estate, the Corner Store of Altamont, Community National Bank, Snyder Lawn Care, Oswego Locker, Altamont Lumber, and SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Meister, Mosier, and Morris. Thanks for doing those interviews, Isabel. I know on senior night we usually do those, so thank you.
Yeah, no, it was fun. I always like getting to talk to them, and you see them out on the court, but sometimes it's fun to hear their perspective.
43-32 Independence. Labette County has won the first half of the third quarter by 3 points so far. Here's Ewing, loses it but gets it back. He'll give it up ahead to Hayden Smith at the half-court line, or just under. Here's Cooper Smith, long skip pass to Birdie. Inside Ewing, good deep position that time, and he finishes. He has 12. 4 points in the third quarter, lead back to 13. Here's a Redford three-pointer, no good. Baker tips it out to Heston. What an effort from Hudson. Heston three-pointer way off the mark. Rebound off of Redford, out of bounds. Turnover Labette County. And there's another really quick shot. It's open, but the principle is the same. Another quick shot from Labette County. Here comes Independence. Here's Julian right back to Smith, who drives, who shoots, who scores. Cooper Smith with his first point since the first quarter. He has 11. Independence back up by 15. Here is Meister driving and is fouled. Meister will shoot two. Alex has played awfully hard, Isabel. He has 7 points and he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, and like you said, a lot of this has been we've seen a lot of rushed offense from Labette County, but Alex has kind of been trying to tether him down and be like, it's okay, and try to shot create. And so definitely good work out of the senior right now.
Meister's first free throw is good. Meister has his second. And he gets it. 34-47, Independence on top, 3:15 to go in the third quarter. This game feels eerie, like it's so similar to the game at Independence. Hayden Smith with the ball, throws it to the corner. Here goes Julian. He'll drive, and floater's too strong. Good tip out from Redford in the hands of Meister. Here's Heston out in front, leans, shoots, and Heston will shoot. No, foul on the floor. Foul on the floor. That's 3. On Hayden Smith. Inbounds goes to Meister. He's rejected by Ewing. Ewing grabs the rebound, and here comes Independence. 47-34, 2:35 to go in quarter number 3 here in Altamont. As the outcome of this game will have implications on Sub-State as Ewing gets the turnaround J to go. It is all Independence. They lead by 15.
Yeah, you can tell they're super confident right now bringing up the ball. I mean, they're scoring at will at this point, and Labette County is still just flustering under their own demise at this point.
Yeah, as where this game does differentiate in a pretty dramatic term from the last game in Independence where Labette County led or trailed, is Independence has hardly missed this game. Whereas in the last game, they at least showed signs of failure.
Yeah.
Tonight, no failure from Coach Smith's squad. Turnover, Labette County, they lost it out of bounds. And we have a timeout, Coach Smith. His team leads by 15, 30-second timeout on KLKC.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
It's all Bulldogs in Grizzly territory. They lead Labette County, the home team, 49-34, 2:02 to go in the third. Inbounds goes over the top to Ewing. Independence having to go the full length of the court. Hill outlet up ahead to Merrick. Merrick walks it up, defended by Eaton. Here's Merrick. At the volleyball line, switches right to left, looks to drive. He'll give it out to Julian. Inside Ewing, perfect position. He's never going to miss that. He has 16 points, and that's the big difference too, Isabel, is in the last game, Ewing was held under 10 as Heston finishes at the other end with a beautiful right-handed kiss off the glass. But Ewing was held under 10 points in the last game, and this time he has 16 with 9 minutes to play in the game.
Yeah, that's definitely a huge factor. But you can already, he's playing more confident. He's also not near as in foul trouble as he was last game.
Good point.
Because he did sit a lot last game, and that I think definitely affected them as well.
Julian's going to inbound it as Heston was picked up on the blocking foul. That's his first, team's first. And here's a driving Unruh. He's fouled as we have a Bulldog appearance. They have a mascot down there.
Wow.
I haven't seen it all night. Has it been there all game?
I'm not sure where it came from.
You're seeing the Bulldog too, right?
Yeah.
We might just be delusional at this point.
Well, for a while I wasn't seeing half the student section, but they're all in camo, so that made sense. I'm going to pretend that didn't happen. Unruh misses the first.
I'm proud of you. That was your
I'm
first
sorry,
joke on air.
I'm not as
That's
funny
your
as you
first
are.
joke on air. I am so proud of you.
I practice in my free time, but I don't think I'll ever match your level of
Oh,
humor.
yeah, please. As Independence, their students are wearing camo. As Unruh goes 1 for 2 from the line. That makes the score Independence 52, Labette 36, 70 seconds to play in the third quarter. Here goes Griff Eaton off the bounce. One dribble, jump stop. Nothing there. Good defense from Merrick. Flips it back out to Heston, defended by Julian. Heston pulls up from the free throw line and is fouled. Excuse me, by Julian. So Heston will shoot 2 and add to his good third quarter. He has 6 in the third quarter, 15 on the game. Heston averages 15. Gets the first one. Heston has 16 points. Heston's second, good as well. Labette County trying to stay in it, down 14 with a minute left in the third quarter. Heston picking up Julian full court. Julian gets by and has to outlet to Ewing now. Bounce pass inside to Unruh. 45 seconds left now. Merrick inside to Ewing. Ewing tries to get to the block. Good defense from Baker that time, but Ewing shoots over the top, no good. Rebound Meister. Here comes Labette. 30 seconds left. Meister straight away. Three-pointer too short. Eaton couldn't quite get the rebound over the fingertips of Merrick. So here comes Independence again. 14-point lead with just over 20 seconds to work. Here's Merrick. Has it stolen by Eaton. Smith turns around in disgust. Eaton lays it in for 2 on the other end. Coach Smith did not like that turnover for Merrick. That's Eaton's first points of the game. Labette County calling back in the third quarter. They trail by 12. 3 seconds. Unruh for 3. Oh, he made it! Jimmy Unruh made it at the buzzer. Independence has made a three-pointer in the last 3 seconds of each quarter, and that one came from Jimmy Unruh. That kicks the lead back out to 15 at the end of 3. We'll take 60 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
Hi, this is Brian at Bowen Pharmacy, and today I'd like to visit with you about how you take your medications. Did you know that when you miss 2 doses per week, that's 3.5 months out of the year that you missed your medications, and that can have detrimental effects on your health in a long time period. Here at Bowen Pharmacy, we have this great new machine called the Rapid Pack RX, and what this machine does is it takes all your medications, filters it down, and puts in this nice strip right here that you can pull out of this box. And at any time of the day that you need your medication, it's right here ready for you. Whether you take it 1 a day, 2 a day, 5 a day, or 6 times per day, we can make that happen for you. It's all interfaced with our pharmacy system, and when it runs through, it puts all those times down for you. It even prints the medications on the strip, and you can take it throughout the day without having to take your bottles with you. It helps you stay compliant, helps you stay healthy, and it's going to give you a long life to live to enjoy. Here at Bowen Pharmacy, we're always thankful that you choose us to be your local provider. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Independence 55, Labette County 40 as we get things started here in the fourth quarter. And again, Independence will start with possession. That's the second quarter in a row where they've made a 3 in the last second of the quarter, and then they get the ball back. But Heston steals it off the long inbounds. Here's Eaton left open for 3, too short. And that's been the difference, is Labette County's missed 3s, and Independence has made just about every one of them. As there's a foul on Labette County. Off the rebound, that's 3 on Xavier Phillips, and the third team foul in Labette County. Chase Carnahan and John Redford check back in for Griff Eaton and Xavier Phillips. As the entry pass is tipped by Redford out of bounds, so Independence will still maintain possession. Julian inbounds. This time he finds Smith successfully. Redford defending him full court. Smith calls for help. Redford has a tendency to make that happen. Baker gets beat backside, and Ewing lays it in for 2. What a feed from the top from Smith. Ewing with 18, leading scorer in the game.
Yeah, and all the points he missed last game against us, he's definitely making up for that now.
Meister out of control, drive and finish, no good. Or drive and floater, rather. Here's Independence full head of steam. Now they'll slow it down. Julian with it. Kicks it right back to Birdie. Took everything in him not to shoot the three, but they'll feed the big fella. Here's Ewing working on Meister. Pull up. Good.
Beautiful shot there by Ewing as he just turned, realized Meister was too close to guard, and then pulled back for a fadeaway jump shot.
A pretty left-handed layup from Baker is good. Off the Eli Heston missed layup. Baker was there to clean up his mess. That's Labette County's first points of the fourth quarter with 6:45 to go, as Redford has fouled Hayden Smith. That's the first on Redford and the fourth on Labette County as a team. Inbounds goes to Hayden Smith. Now Ewing underneath, laying it in for two, wide open. Ewing has definitely won this round versus Baker. Baker won the first, and we might have a third next week. We'll see if Independence does draw Labette County in the sub-state bracket. As I was told by Madison Brannon while you were interviewing, I think, Jasmine, Madison said that Vollmer told them they would play on Tuesday. I thought it was Wednesday because the final is set for Friday. But I would assume Coach Vollmer knows more than me, so we'll go with what she said. But we'll try to let you know when these teams will play at the end of the broadcast. Here's a miss from Meister. Rebound Independence. Left open in the corner. Birdie, dagger, too short. Here comes Heston. 6:10 to go in the game. Heston pulls up from the free throw line and connects. Heston with 19 points. Up there with Ewing for leading scorer as Heston fouls Cooper Smith in the full court situation. As it's interesting, these fouls look intentional. As like not like an intentional foul, but like they're fouling him on purpose. And after that one, Coach Argerbright was clapping. So I don't know if he's wanting to get closer to the bonus, so later they can extend it. As here's another foul on Carnahan. Now that was a touchy foul. That's 2 on Chase and 6 on Labette as a team.
Yeah, and I definitely think that is what Coach Argerbright is wanting, as he doesn't see him to be upset by the fouls.
Yeah, he's clapped after every one.
Yeah.
As here goes Ewing, bounce pass up ahead to Cooper Smith. Up and under, layups good from Cooper Smith. He has 13 points. Did we have a technical? Oh no, it was a hold.
No, yeah, it was just a hold. But
a hold on Independence.
Smith didn't like that out of his player.
That's 4 on Julian. Almost 90 feet from the basket. Smith is upset. 5:49 to go in the game. A 19-point Independence lead. They have hung 63 points here in Harrison on the home team. Here's Baker giving to Redford. Settling at the top of the key. Merrick the defender. Meister coming off the screens. Three-pointer is good! Alex Meister, 4-3. Timeout, Coach Argerbright. That's Alex's first field goal of the second half. The score now, Independence 63, Labette 47. 30 seconds we're going to take on KLKC Parsons.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Labette County trailing Independence by 16 points with 5:30 to go. As in the last matchup against Indy, they trailed by 14 with 4 minutes to go, so they're right there. But it just feels different because Independence has 63 points and has done everything but miss on the offensive end tonight, Isabel.
Yeah, it's definitely felt like Independence has much more control of this ball game than they did last year. Last game it was kind of a toss-up of who was in control and who had momentum.
Here's Ewing. He has 14 points in the second half. A pass out of bounds. They'll say it was last touched by Labette County. Inbounds goes to Ewing, or never mind, over his head, out of bounds, turnover Independence. As one ref was pointing Labette County's direction, the other Independence's direction. As it'll be Independence ball, they'll say it was tipped by Hudson Baker. Hayden Smith set to inbounds, throws it backside to Ewing. They're going to feed the big fella. This time he comes up short. That's his first miss from the field in a long time, Isabel. Here's Redford, a jump stop. Nice dish inside to Baker. Shot off the glass. No. Carnahan backside. Flips it out to Meister. Squares up from deep. Too short. Rebound Ewing. Meister was looking for back-to-back trays. Misses that time. Up ahead, here comes Birdie. Kick it back out. Here's Smith. Now Ewing at the top of the key. He's not going to shoot that one.
Student section definitely wanted him to as they all held up the three.
Birdie rejected by Redford. Birdie rejected by Meister. Rebound Redford, who's fouled in the forecourt. Coach Smith, arms held wide, asking Cooper Smith why. Why foul so far from the basket? That should be 1-1 for Labette County, as that's the sixth on Independence. Sorry. That is 4, though, on Cooper Smith. So Camden Julian and Cooper Smith both have 4 for Coach Smith's squad.
Yeah, and Coach Smith did not like that.
4.5 to go in the game. Labette County, will just say, with work to do. They trail by 16. Heston launching from a John Redford range. Misses that time. Rebound Ewing. Here comes Smith, and Coach Smith is really irate about something and called a full timeout. He is upset. As we'll keep it here and one more time remind everybody that tonight's broadcast is powered by Labette Helth and the Bartlett Co-op, and other sponsors include
Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Gilmore and Newland, Labette Bank, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Labette County Mental Health Services, Tank Connections, USD 506, Wood Doolahary Insurance and Real Estate, the Corner Store of Altamont, Community National Bank, and Snyder Lawn Care.
A few other sponsors on there are SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Meister, Mosier, and Morris, Oswego Locker, and Altamont Lumber. Thank you to all of our sponsors for making mine and Isabel's job possible to bring to you Labette County Grizzly basketball. And another reminder that after tonight, although this is the last regular season game, we're not done yet, because win or lose this game, Labette County is going to be playing next week in Substate. Labette County, the Lady Grizzlies, will host the first game, and we assume these Grizzlies will as well. Inbounds goes to Ewing, one-on-one with Meister. Eaton comes to help. Now Redford comes to help. Ewing drawing a lot of attention. He's like a light bulb, and the Grizzly defenders are like moths. They just swarm whenever he catches the ball. As a foul on Labette County, as Ewing and Merrick are kind of getting after it, and then Hayden Smith comes in and consoles Merrick. I don't know what they're upset about, but hey.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure either, but I definitely have noticed both times we play, this is a very emotionally run team, whether that's good or bad, and so you're seeing it out of all the players. I mean, when they score, they celebrate. When they are upset about something, you see that, and so it's definitely something. So I'm not sure what caused the issue, but it's definitely, they are a very high emotional team.
Merrick's first free throw's no good. We've passed the 4-minute mark. Eaton soaring in and missing the layup. That was one of the quicker moves we've seen Griff make all year. He was a blur there, but missed the layup conversion. Lead stays at 16. Here's an intercepted pass from Phillips. Labette County getting out and running. Here's Meister. Awkward layup, plus the foul! Alex Meister slaps the mat in celebration. Alex Meister having a good game. He has 14, looking for point number 15. That is the first on Jimmy Unruh and the 7th on Independence. One shot for Meister to convert the three-point play. Too strong. Gets his own miss. Working on Ewing. Gets him in the air and is blocked. Gets his own miss and saves it to Heston. What a save from Meister. Heston for three. He's fouled. Labette County fighting for the Mo on their home floor. They're not wanting to go away and try to bring back some deja vu for this Independence squad. Heston will shoot three for the second time tonight. He was fouled on a three-pointer in the first quarter. He ended up going 2 for 3 on that trip. Here he is again. He got the first. Speaking of good nights, Heston's got one going here for him. He has 20 points. His second free throw. Good. Camden Julian checks back in for Davis Merrick. Heston with one more free throw. Heston goes 3 for 3 that time. Inbounds goes to Ewing, who's double teamed. Now outlet up ahead to Julian. Now Birdie wisely pulls down the three-pointer. It looked like he was going to shoot it. Labette County trails by 11. Here's Julian skipping it to Unruh. Independence just burning some clock.
Yeah, and I think Coach Argerbright said go get him. And I think he's running a foul and we'll get that on this case.
As they foul Hayden Smith, who hasn't shot a free throw. That's just 2 fouls on Eli Heston. And the 7th, or no, that's 3 on Eli, pardon me.
Yeah.
And the 18th foul on Labette County. Hayden Smith shooting a 1-and-1. Smith's first is good. And that's another thing that differentiates this game from the last is Independence did not make free throws down the stretch. And Hayden Smith just made the first free throw of the fourth quarter, but misses the second. But it's rebounded by Unruh. Jimmy Unruh, a bench player for Independence, making the biggest rebound of the game. As Easton Ewing is fouled by Alex Meister. So Easton Ewing's going to shoot 1-and-1 now. Ewing has not shot a free throw all game, but has made 11 two-point field goals. You do the math.
I'm not very good at mental math.
Well, just you as in like the listeners, but that's 22 points.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Ewing's first is in and out. He won't get a second. Rebound Labette. They're down 12 with 3 minutes to play. Here goes Heston. Gets his man to bite. Goes up and under. I almost said finish. Sorry. He missed the layup. I spoke too soon. Rebound Birdie. Here's Ewing driving. Out of control layup. No good. I can't believe Ewing shot it. Long pass up ahead, out of bounds from Eli Heston. Turnover Labette County. That is the worst case scenario off of the rare Easton Ewing missed layup.
Yeah, Labette County definitely needed to capitalize on that. And again, not saying they're in contention to, get within striking distance, but it definitely helps.
Entry pass intercepted by Meister. Here he comes, laying it in for 2. Lead is cut to 10 for Independence. Brad Smith has his hands on his hips, and Coach Argerbright calls the timeout. The energy is rising here in Harrison. Deja vu from the last matchup. We'll see if it plays out in 30.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
And in case you're wondering why I sound excited, it's because Labette County was down 17 earlier on in this quarter. Isabel, walk us through how they maybe, I wouldn't say came back yet, but cut it to 10, we'll say.
I mean, I feel like it's a similar song and dance as to what we saw in the first game. I mean, I don't know why, but Independence is all of a sudden taking these very rush shots and not wasting time off the clock, and it's causing, I mean, they're making easy turnovers, and Labette County is starting to capitalize. So that's why we're seeing the score.
Oh, my gosh.
As we see another one of those turnovers.
As Julian threw it in for Ewing, and it just hit his hand and went directly out of bounds.
Smith just has his hands on his head like he does not know what just happened.
So Labette County down by 10, 2.5 minutes to work. Eaton, jump, shot, good! Coach Argerbright calls another timeout as he grins at the referee. It's a full timeout. We'll take 30 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
Labette Grizzly basketball is brought to you by Bartlett Co-op with 8 convenient locations in southeast Kansas and northern Oklahoma. Contact Bartlett Co-op for all your farming needs in Bartlett, Edna, Oswego, Mound Valley, Chitopa, Coffeyville, and Big Cabin.
County trails by 8 points with 2 minutes and 23 seconds to go. And now, Isabel, now it feels exactly like the last matchup.
Yeah, I was going to say, you were asking before the previous break, how do we get here? I don't know. Like, it's a situation of, I really feel like it's deja vu, only we're in Harrison this time. And so it'll be interesting to see how the Grizzlies rally, because apparently that is something they really love to do.
They're picking them up full court again. Set to inbound, here is Smith. Smith surveys, throws deep for Ewing. Can he track it down? Yes, he will. Almost had it stripped away, corrals and connects. That was a smart play from a smart head coach. Here's a three-pointer from Xavier Phillips, no good. Rebound backside, Hayden Smith, outlet up ahead to Birdie. Lead back to 10 for Independence. Here's Birdie with it. Smith calls to burn clock. Labette County trying to foul. Entry pass to Ewing. Shot, no good. Gets his miss back. Still no foul from Labette County.
And that's smart from Independence to burn clock instead of try to go up with the shot again.
As you got a foul.
Yeah.
As now they foul Julian.
Now this will put them at double bonus, so we'll be shooting 2 now for the Bulldogs.
As the first is no good from Birdie. Birdie had a good first half, scored 9, hasn't scored in the second half. Birdie goes through his routine. Second free throw is good for Birdie. Here comes Labette, wasting no time as they can't afford to. Meister, kick out to Redford. Redford with it in the corner. Shot wasn't there. Smart decision from the senior. And here's a deep three from Redford. And it's good for John Redford! A deep three, similar to the ones he hit in Pittsburgh. Smith looking for the inbound and a timeout. No! A 5-second violation on Independence. As it was, I think it was Camden Julian trying to call the timeout. But the ref said no, 5 seconds first. So Labette County down by 8, a minute 23 left. Inbounds goes to Meister. Back to Heston. Screens are set. Here's Redford underneath. Floater. No good. It sat on the rim. Redford steals it right back. Hook shot. No. Rebound tipped out to Julian. Redford missed 2 hook shots that came so close to falling. That might have been the possession right there. They had to score right there.
Yeah, that definitely was a needed basket from Labette.
They had to score there. Unless Ewing misses both these. I mean,
essentially that puts the game away with a minute left.
We're thankful to have a chance at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ewing's first is good. What a night from Ewing.
He has definitely made up for the performance the last time these two teams met, and he's put on quite a show for us tonight.
He's got 25, looking for 26. Ewing cashes in on the second. 60 seconds to go in the game. 10-point Independence lead. Meister's three-pointer landed out of bounds. It nicked the rim and fell out. As that'll probably do it. And Labette County's going to pick him up full court. Inbounds goes to Ewing, and he's fouled by Meister. This is going to be it has been, a long 2 minutes. 56 seconds left in the game. Ewing walks his way down to shoot another pair of free throws. Ewing's first is no good. Chase Carnahan checking in for Labette County, replacing Xavier Phillips. Ewing's second free throw, no good. Rebound Heston. Here comes the bet, 53 seconds left. Heston straight away, 3, too strong. He was leaning. Rebound Ewing above everybody else. And we'll see what Labette County chooses to do, and they'll foul. It'll be Carnahan committing the crime.
Fouls on number 10, Chase Carnahan. That's his third personal. At the line, shooting 2 for Independence. Number 23, Easton Ewing.
Ewing's first free throw is good. Ewing adding on already to an incredible night. He dominated all game long. Labette County had no answer for the 6'8" junior. Ewing's second, trickled home. Meister with the ball. Labette County trails by 12 with 40 seconds left. He'll give it out to Eaton, who drives and gives to Redford, back to Meister. Meister's step back three-pointer is good! As Alex Meister with another three-pointer. Timeout, Coach Argerbright. It's a full timeout. We'll take 30 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
(62-71), Independence on top of Labette County with 32 seconds to play in the ball game. It'll be Independence ball inbounding on the far side of the court. As Isabel, I think Labette County's finding out that it's hard to come back whenever you're down 25-39 at halftime.
Yeah, and I definitely think it's, I mean, again, you have to start out playing good the whole way, especially when you're playing a team you match up as well as with against Independence. And like I told you over break, they kind of did too little too late, and that's kind of the case that we're seeing now. Is, I mean, yeah, you got lucky last game coming back from a deficit that large, but you're not going to get that every time, especially when you have players like Ewing show up and, you know, have a lights out night.
As there's a chance we play Independence again, and this win could be a blessing in disguise, because not saying we would have played Independence if we would have won, but it's hard to beat a team 3 times.
Yeah.
So losing to Independence tonight and then maybe playing them in a much more important game next week could benefit
Yeah, no,
Labette
I
County.
definitely think it'll at least give them a wake-up call. It's like, oh, we can't just, do this every single time. We have to, play well for all 4 quarters. And there's been games that they've done that, but I don't think they've reached it yet with a team that they match up with as close as Independence.
Ewing missed the first. His second's good, though. Ewing closing in on 30 points. He might be there. I'll have to add it up. He had 8 points in the first half, and needless to say, he has many more than that here in the second. Ball is on the deck. Fighting for it is Smith and Eaton. Jump ball called. It'll be Labette County basketball. Matthew Boyle set to check in. Student section chants, "We want Joe." The manager, Joseph Jameson, has suited up tonight. Trey Vinson's going to check into the game. He injured his knee a couple games ago at Pittsburgh. Some substitutions coming in for both teams.
They're going to get it. He's putting Joe Jameson in the game.
As Coach Arterbright hugs his seniors, Eli Heston, Chase Carnahan, as they walk to the bench. What a career from those two, and it's not over yet.
Yeah, they've definitely been fun to watch, and it's been impressive for sure from those two.
So in the game for Labette County is Joseph Jameson, Griff Eaton, Matthew Boyle, Kendall Holtzman, and Trey Vinson. For Independence, Tucker Gregory, Jameson Jarnigan, Max Puterbaugh, and Charlie Tucker, as well as Lucas Smith. So with 15 seconds left, we'll see if Joseph Jameson gets a shot. Joseph with the ball, puts up a deep three, and it's nothing but net! It's nothing but net! And he bangs his chest! Joe Jameson from deep! 72-65, Independence misses their three-pointer, but Joseph Jameson, what a shot!
That had to have felt good. Oh my goodness, that was amazing.
As Coach Smith comes over and gives Joseph Jameson a handshake. Buzzer sounds in Harrison. The outcome, though, not what Labette County wanted. They fall 72-65 to Independence. What a game from Independence, and Easton Ewing coming in here and getting that big win. We'll see what the sub-state bracket shapes up to be, but we could see this same matchup on this same court next week. We'll try to find out. I think next or tomorrow morning will be when the sub-state bracket comes out, though. So you want to keep an eye on some websites tomorrow morning for that. But for now, Labette County falls to 11-9 on the season and finishes the season 7-5 inside the SEK. Independence moves on to 7-5 in the SEK and 12-10 on the season. Two teams that match up pretty well, but Independence with the hot hand tonight. We'll take 2 minutes and come back with our post-game show here on KLKC Parsons. Labette County falls to the Bulldogs of Independence from a score of 72-65. Independence was led by 6'8" junior Easton Ewing, who had 29 points and was everything for Independence in the second half, where he scored 21 of their 33 points. Other leading scores for Independence was Cooper Smith with 13 and Brecken Birdie with 10. Leading the way for Labette County was Eli Heston with 22 and Alex Meister with 19 and John Redford with 7. So 3 seniors on this team combining for 38 of Labette County's 65 points, so a good way to go out in the regular season for those seniors. Other scores for Labette: Hudson Baker with 6, Xavier Phillips with 4, and Griff Eaton with 4, and Joseph Jamison with the 3-pointer. At the end of the game, a manager on this team suited up and cashed in about a 35-foot 3-pointer from deep. It was a perfect shot off of a perfect screen, and he got high fives all around, even from Coach Brad Smith of Independence, the longtime Grizzly. But Isabel, what are some of your initial thoughts on this loss from Labette County?
I mean, it was very similar to what we saw last matchup against them. Again, you saw the Grizzlies try to make a push for it there at the end, but were unsuccessful. And again, I think it's just the concept of they came out with a lot of rust in the first quarter and the first half, actually. And it was just, like I said, it was just doing a little too late and just a lot of. Sorry, Coach Arterbright was asking if we would like to interview the seniors, so we'll get them up here shortly. But it was just a concept of one of those things where, especially when you have independent shooters, it's hard to guard when they're hitting everything. So, again, not making an excuse for them, but it's just hard to guard when they're shooting so well. So that props to Independence for that, because they did really do well and come out and shoot well. But it's also something that the Grizzlies just need to take this and, moving forward, especially if they meet these guys again, know that they need to play hard all 4 quarters and that they need to, play fundamentally. I also think they needed to utilize Hudson a little bit more, as he didn't necessarily, they didn't play through him as much. And you kind of mentioned this in pregame, as they definitely needed to do that. And so I don't think they were as successful in that area as well. But overall, I mean, they still played great towards the end. We saw a lot of hustle out of them, and so you can't hang your heads about that. So good job by those boys tonight, even though they just came up a little short.
As it's really tough, Independence shot the ball really, really well, but in the second half, it was more or less Easton Ewing working the ball down low. He had 29 points, but in the first half, he had 8 points, but there were 2 other players. Cooper Smith had 9 and Brecken Birdie had 9. So when Ewing was a little bit held in check, other players stepped up, and it's tough to stop a team that scores 21 points in a quarter, 18, 16, and 17 points in a quarter. So Labette County came up short against a hot Independence team, as I am joined by Labette County's seniors as they all come up here. And boys, whoever wants to start, as there's, I think, 6 or 7 of them. As I'm joined by John Kohler. John, good friend John. John, what are some of your just initial thoughts on the season? I know you were looked at by some fans and the students as kind of like the 6th man off the bench for this team. So just what are some of your initial thoughts of the season?
I don't know. I thought it was really fun, I guess. I know we started off really bad, but we came back strong middle of the season, went on a big win streak, and I think this is our first winning season in like 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
Just proud of the guys around me, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and just do you have a favorite memory or a favorite game or a favorite shot? Does anything come to mind from your career here? You played basketball all 4 years, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Bonner Springs probably hit a 3 from red line over there. It's pretty cool.
Oh, I remember that this year, right?
Oh, yeah.
First game of the year.
Oh yeah, baby. That's the one.
Yeah, what is something that you learned and took away as a person going through this basketball program at Labette County, led by such good people, and even maybe just in school, like here at Labette County? What is something that you feel you really took away and can apply to your life?
The grass is greener on the other side. If you're going through something bad, just keep going. Just duck your head, keep going. You can make it through on the other side.
Yeah, John, there's a lot of seniors up here, so I'm going to try to get through it quick. Thank you so much for joining me. Any last words you'd like to tell everybody out there?
Go Grizzlies.
Go Grizzlies. Thank you, John. Good luck next week. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. We're trying to get through these fairly quickly, as there are like 7 seniors up here. John Redford's up next. John, thanks for joining me.
Oh, yeah.
And John, you were somebody that we touched on in the pregame show today and the last game because you've started to really score the basketball and shoot the ball pretty well from beyond the arc. So but we won't maybe touch on that as much. But what's something that you feel you've really taken away from Labette County basketball, or maybe just going to this school for 4 years of your life?
Right. So I'd say something that I've really taken away is just the work ethic. No matter what the outcome is, no matter how far you're down or behind or what your grades look like, anything looks like, it's always been hard work. It's always been work ethic. How much are you willing to put in? And then it really comes down to integrity, who you are when no one's watching. That's really what they teach, and that's one of the biggest things that I've taken away from Labette County. Yeah, that's really good. And do you have I completely agree. I went here all 4 years, and they really do preach that every day, and so that's a really good answer, John. What do you have a favorite memory or a favorite game or a favorite shot? Maybe the Pittsburgh game, I don't know, but I'll let you answer. I would say that would probably be my favorite personal game. My favorite team game, which I didn't really get to play in much, was the Burlington tournament. Now, I was out for COVID that entire week, but it was just fun to see my team rally with injuries, with conflict, and still be able to come out with a victory, especially against a top-ranked team in Kansas. So hopefully we'll see them in the future, but that's probably my favorite games and just stretch of time as a Grizzly. So, John, that is probably the most humble answer I've ever heard. Games you weren't even playing in, you said was your favorite memory. That is like just the most humble thing I've ever heard. But one more question before I let you go. What do you think got into you in the last couple weeks in terms of shooting the ball, developing the confidence, seeing them go through? Just what happened? Probably a couple things. One, I mean, obviously I'm a senior and I don't have much time, so it's kind of like, you know what, I'm just going to play as hard as I can when I get the minutes and make the most of it. And then my second thing is if I start scoring more, Coach is going to let me play more. There you go. So I was kind of like, you know what, if I have confidence, and Coach has told me that I'm a great shooter, and he's pushed me to keep shooting and to come in early. So I was like, you know what, I have faith in my shot, and so that's when I keep seeing it go through at the Pittsburgh game, and then one here tonight, and then a couple layups. So I guess that's why, is because I'm a senior, and I want more playing time. Smart man. Yep. John, thanks for joining me. Good luck next week. Season's not over yet. Right, It is senior night, so we kind of make this a little sentimental, but it's not over. We still have Sub-State next week, so thanks for joining me, John. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. Good luck next week. We'll hand the headset off now. We'll be joined now by senior Joseph Jamison. Joseph, I got to tell you, that was one of my favorite shots to call. That shot that you hit, I mean, that was perfect. Thank you. It was perfect. What are some of your, you managed the team, right, all season, and you suited up tonight. What are just some of your initial takeaways on the journey that you took with these guys all year, and even tonight?
It's been fun. It really has. They've worked their butts off all season. They don't deserve this loss by any means. We just really didn't play good in that first half. We got down 15, and they just held the lead. Yeah, do you have a favorite memory or a favorite game? Probably this one. You hit that three-pointer, but maybe was there a favorite game where on the bench, just something happened and just anything that comes to mind? No, probably this one. This one was a lot of fun. Yeah. Hearing the crowd chant, "We want Joe," that was pretty funny to me. That was cool. What's something I've asked the other guys? What's something you've learned from going to school here or playing basketball here? Just anything that comes to mind in terms of anything you can take away from what you've learned and apply to your life as you move on. These are just lifelong friends that I'll have for the rest of my life, and Yeah, as I went to school here as well, as you know, and that's something that's really good about this school is that family feel. You really develop those connections and those friendships past just the school level, and it goes beyond that, and I know that you've done that as well. Mm-hmm. And so are there any more? Still have a few to get to, so I'll try to keep it quick. Any final thoughts on the season? Or you have Sub-State next week, so it's not over yet, but I'm hoping we draw Indy next week. I really want this rematch. I mean, I won't play, obviously, but I'll be in Mount Taos next week. So. I don't know why we wouldn't play you now. But no, one for one. Yeah, that's right. 100% in your career from three-point line in varsity. So thank you for joining me, Joseph. Yep. Really appreciate you, my friend. Thank you.
Yep, good luck next week in Sub-State. We'll hand the headset off now. We have 3 more. Chase Carnahan, Alex Meister, and Eli Heston are left. Chase Carnahan is the one joining me now. Chase, thanks for coming up here. I know it might not be easy after a loss, but you know, if you draw Indy next week, which is a high possibility, this loss can maybe propel you into that rematch. You know.
Yeah, it definitely should.
Yeah, as what are some of your just initial thoughts when you think of this season? You start 0-4, and then you become one of the hottest teams in the state on paper. So just what are some of your initial thoughts on this season and how this team grew?
Yeah, I mean, really rough start, but really just practice, put stuff together, and really starting to fill out as a team, and came together, won 8 or so straight, and continued. Hopefully we can pick it back up.
Yeah, as you play a special role in this team, because when people look at the box score, they might not see your name, but if they look deeper, you lead in steals. A lot of games really get in there and rebound the ball, so you do a lot of things on this team, assist, that maybe isn't seen in headlines. So just speak about accepting the role that you play as that guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Coming on, and we have some good offensive players, Eli, Alex, and other players as well. I just figured, I don't know. Defense is the one thing we need to step up, and everybody really stepped it up coming in, but I don't know. It's been pretty easy. I've got used to it.
Yeah, as you're definitely really good at it. You can tell that that's what you work at. Do you have a favorite memory or a favorite game, a favorite moment, anything that just comes to mind in your career here?
Oh, had to be the Burlington tournament that we won.
Yeah, that's what John Redford said. I mean, that was special there because that was kind of in the middle of or towards the back end of your hot streak.
Yeah.
You know, and then you win that. So that was just huge. So that was a big stretch of games down there in Burlington. What is something, Chase, that you feel like you've learned as a person, as a player, that you can take from Labette County High School, sports or academics, and apply to your life as you move forward?
I'd say just adversity, just dealing with anything that comes and doing your best at whatever you're handed. That's about it.
Yeah, as Chase, great season, but hey, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. You still play next week, so hopefully we're having a good conversation next week after a win. So thanks for joining me, Chase. Appreciate you so much.
Yep.
And good luck next week.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. As we'll hand it off now to Alex Meister. Alex, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you coming up here.
No problem.
No, it's not easy after a loss, but still, I'll just go ahead and dive right in. When you think of this season, you know, you start 0-4, have a rough go down at Circle, and then you become, on paper, one of the hottest teams in the state, literally. So just how did this team grow and develop, and you and Eli find your roles and other guys? Just kind of walk us through that.
You know, it was difficult at the start and a little discouraging, to be honest. But we just kept battling, and Argabright instilled that in us, and we just kept practicing hard, and the chips fell where they fell, and we made a good run at this last half of the season, a little over, and you know, that win at the Burlington tournament was a big motivation for us, and that really got things going and just gave us confidence. And, you know, before in my earlier years, we had times where we'd be in 10-point games that we'd lose, and of course we lost one tonight, but for the most part we've been able to win those games, and I think
that's a good point.
Being able to finding a way to win is the biggest step we've taken from this year to last year, and it's awesome.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think it was Joseph Jameson that mentioned that this is like your first winning season, like 4 or 5 years. And so even though you lose tonight, you finish 11-9 and 7-5 in the SEK, a good league. So really, that's a good point, taking those strides and finding out how to close those stretches and win those games. And really big part. I know you're humble and you'll deny this, but big part due to you. You're a big-time player on this team. You had 19 points tonight. You and Eli probably average a combined 30 points a game. So you and Eli, just talk about how you like to bounce off of him as fellow senior scorers.
Yeah, you know, we kind of just use each other, and we kind of have a close bond and try to look for each other, obviously. And other guys on the team have stepped up. Xavier has really added another scoring implement, and Hudson's really come on. So having those other guys that are threats has really helped us out and allowed us to find our shots, and really that's what it's about, is finding your shot, and of course run some sets for each other, but just looking for each other and playing off each other and trying to do the best we can to keep it close.
Yeah, as Alex, do you have a favorite memory or a favorite game, moment, anything that comes to mind, like, that's my favorite memory?
Honestly, Jack, I don't really have a favorite, but I have the most special, and that would be the last time we beat these guys. And that was, everybody knows what happened. Good, bad, and different, I don't know, but we had to get that win for Chase, and, that game meant a lot to our team, and winning that for him was something special, and that's kind of, I would say, the most special moment.
Yeah, as that definitely was a special game. Good comeback, a lot of emotion. That was a fun one to do. You hit a big 3 to give them the lead there towards the end. Last question, Alex. What's something that you learned as being a student here at LCHS, being an athlete here at Labette County High School? What's something that you really feel like you learned and can apply to your life outside of school?
I really learned 2 things, Jack, and that's how to manage my time and work hard. School. Is it the hardest school in the world to go to? Absolutely not. But is it hard to compete in all 3 sports, and is it hard to maintain a good GPA? Yeah, it's pretty hard. So, I've always been taught to work hard. That's all my dad ever taught me, my mom.
You can see it.
But it's just something that has always been instilled in me, and high school has allowed me to take a big step in pursuing that and really learning and developing that. So
yeah, that's a good answer, and you can see it in everything that you do. I'm serious. So one of the hardest working, kind, humble young men I've ever met in my life, and I love watching you play, and I still get another chance. Season's not over. Sub-state next week. Do you play on, this is kind of off topic, you play on Wednesday? Do you know when you play?
Wednesday, I do not know time.
Okay, you play on Wednesday.
But we do play on Wednesday.
Okay,
yes,
so I was telling everybody, I thought you played on Thursday, so they play on Wednesday. But thank you for joining me, Alex. Any final thoughts before I let you go?
No, sir. Thank you, Jack.
All right, thank you, Alex. Appreciate you so much.
Yep.
The last senior will be Eli Heston. Thanks for joining me, Eli. Appreciate you coming up here. I know it's not the easiest thing after a loss or the funnest thing, but had another good night, scored 22 points. Just what are your initial thoughts on the season as a whole? You start 0-4 after that circle tournament. That was rough, and then really on paper you become one of the hottest teams in the state, literally. So just kind of talk us through your growth as a player and as a team.
Yeah, no, obviously we started off a little slow at the beginning of the season, but I think a big part of it was us just buying into what Coach had us doing every day at practice, and what he believed in us first, and it just took us believing in ourselves. And as you could tell, as that went along, we started believing and started putting wins together, and I don't know.
Yeah, it was fun to watch you guys develop. And do you have, Eli, a favorite memory or favorite game, a favorite shot, a favorite moment of any kind that comes to mind just from your 4 years here? It can be anything.
I want to say it was my sophomore year. I think the first thing that comes to mind was because we were struggling, obviously, and I hit a shot about close to half court to send it into overtime, and I think that's something I'll remember for the rest of my life. But
I think was that against Coffeyville?
Yeah, it was against Coffeyville.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I mean, you've been playing on varsity since. Did you play when you were a freshman on varsity?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you've been playing in the spotlight and in these big games for 4 years. So do you think that getting right in the mix as a freshman? I mean, obviously that probably helped, but do you remember, the little Eli from freshman, sophomore? What did you learn from getting varsity minutes at a younger age?
I mean, overall, I think I learned how to use my body the best, because obviously I'm not the biggest guy out there, and I mean, I'm going in, I'm getting guarded pretty heavy, and so I had to learn how to use my body, and I think that's something that I really learned throughout the years. But I mean, I loved every second of it.
Yeah, it's so fun to watch you play, and it's not over yet. You still have another game next week.
We're not done.
Yeah, you're not done yet. That's right. But what's something that you learned? More serious question, just from like being a student here, an athlete here. What's something that you feel like you learned from Labette County High School that you can apply to your life?
I mean, just have a passion for the things that you do throughout your life, man. Because I mean, you ain't gonna get nowhere without like having that grit and everything. And I think that's the one thing I learned here was really just how to come in and grind and be tough.
Yeah, as you can definitely see it as you play. I mean, you're extremely tough and battle through a lot of double teams, triple teams, still find a way to score points. So, Eli, thank you for joining me. Hopefully we'll talk to you next week. Yeah. Any final thoughts?
Nah, I mean, try to be a Grizzly.
That's right. Thank you, Eli. Thanks for joining me. Good luck next week. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Eli. Good game.
As that'll do it from Harrison Gymnasium. Labette County falls 72-65, and we were just given the word that they will play Independence here in Altamont next Wednesday. As I don't know if we know a time yet. We don't know a time yet. We'll find that out probably tomorrow morning when the bracket releases. But this team will play Independence next week at Wednesday here in Altamont. The girls will play on Tuesday, I believe, at home as well. So we'll talk to you next week. Isabel, any final thoughts?
No, I hope we can see you guys all again next week, and we can't wait for some more basketball.
As for Isabel Redford, I'm Jack Leake. Thanks for tuning in to another evening of Labette County Grizzly basketball. Have a safe night, everybody, and God bless.